Okay, I'm gonna put on a filter for the day first. See. Ooh, dream. Does dream look good? I'm a little bit drunk right now. I'm a little bit tipsy now. I'm not drunk really. I just drink. I just chilled a little bit of Jack Daniels before I was at my cousin's house. It was a little family get together, you know. So I was at my cousin's house, you know, was just chilling, whatever. We were like watching movies and shit. And then the typical Ecuadorian shit. Well, in New York and Ecuador, they be on some weird shit. Like the dudes dress up as women, like on some cross dresser shit. They like fill up. They like make it look like they got boobs and they just walk around. I don't know. It's some weird shit. Got to get used to that. But let's talk about this little something that happened when I was at my cousin's house, right? So my tia abuela, my great aunts, my grandpa's sister. We was watching Coco, whatever Coco. That Disney Pixar movie. Is it Pixar? Whatever. That Disney movie about the little Mexican boy, whatever, who goes back on Day of the Dead, sees his tatarabuelo, all that shit. So my great aunt, she was all like, my great aunt, she said something that stuck to me, and I was just like, hmm, okay, what a way to think. She was just like, a quién les importa los antepasados, something, like basically like who gives a fuck about ancestors? Who gives a fuck about our ancestors? Who gives a fuck? And I'm just like, bitch, you old and you dying. What the fuck you mean? Like you're just gonna be some ancestor in a picture frame soon. Bitch, why? I don't get it. And like it's a long ways coming, I mean, like our Indian ancestors used to love and praise their ancestors, all that shit. So I mean, to go from that to just go from straight up, who gives a fuck about ancestors? That's just like I I never had that mentality. But I mean, could it be because she's self-hating? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, she's basically half fucking India. So, well, Indio. Your dad's like straight up Indio almost. Close enough to full Indio, whatever, Quechua, little Indio. My grandpa's like 44% native. So, who gives a fuck about ancestors? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I always cared about my ancestors. Like ever since a kid, like when I would look at old family pictures, I'd be like, damn, that's cool. Like it's trippy. Like damn, I descend from this person. They're the reason you're here. What the fuck you mean? Who gives a fuck? Like I don't get that mentality. I really don't get that. I don't get that at all. Like I love my ancestors. What the fuck? They're the reason I'm able to experience life. They're the reason I look the way I do. What you mean they don't? Yeah, they're not here, but what the fuck is that mentality? I don't get that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, she's a fucking viejita, man. What bitch like almost hitting 80, But that's some stupid ass mentality, Like I don't get that. Like, would you do you want? I guess you won't care because you're gonna be dead. But I mean, like, I don't know. You want your grandkids just being like, oh, she dead. Who gives a fuck? Just throw her shit out. Fuck it. Like I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get my tia abuela. I don't know why I gotta be like that. Like, who gives a fuck about ancestors? I mean, like, they the reason you here. What the fuck you mean? Who gives a fuck? I don't get it. But I mean, everybody gonna think their own way. But that's a really like I don't get that shit. I'm not saying we gotta be all like our Indian ancestors and like worship our ancestors like that and love our ancestors whatever. You know how they do it. But fuck, respect them at least. Who gives a fuck? That's kind of cold. What the fuck? Like, that's the reason you here, bitch. What you mean? Like, I don't get that shit. I don't get that shit. I love all my ancestors. I love my parents. I love my grandparents. I love my great grandparents. I love my tatarabuelos. I love all them shits. Thank you for giving me life. Thank you for the fucking features you've given me. Thank you for this opportunity to live. Thank you for the fucking sangre. I appreciate it. I'm able to experience life because of y'all. Shout out to the antepasados. I could give a fuck. What you mean? That's millions of years of motherfuckers breeding to get to you. And you just fuck it, just fuck them. Like what the fuck? I don't get that mentality. I never had that. Never gonna have that. So it is what it is. I get. I mean, she's a fucking vieja. Well, what I'm gonna tell her? Like, bitch, you in the wrong. It's your opinion. It's your opinion. You don't give a fuck about your ancestors. That's on you. But who gives a fuck about the ancestors? A lot of people. What the fuck? Like the whole movie. Like basically, I'm sure everybody's on about Coco by now. But it's like some Day of the Dead shit, like I don't know. I love my ancestors. What do y'all think? Y'all love your ancestors? You don't give a fuck about them? You don't think it matters? What do y'all think? What are y'all's opinions? I hate when old motherfuckers be on some goofy shit because y'all old. You been here long enough to like have some thoughtful shit to say. Like, but you ain't never saying nothing like with any meaning. Like, come on now, you're saying some goofy shit. But it is what it is. We don't all gotta love our ancestors. We can hate them. We cannot fuck with them. We cannot give a fuck regardless. We here. Fuck it. Thanks. Whatever. But I love mis antepasados. 2019. It's 2019. Thank y'all for the thousands and tens and thousands and millions, whatever the fuck years of breeding to get to me. I appreciate every single last one of y'all. I don't give a fuck if y'all long dead. Y'all my family. Y'all made me possible. And I appreciate every single last one of y'all. None of that goofy shit. I love my ancestors. Every single last one of them. I love y'all. Thank y'all for life. Thank y'all for my blood. Thank y'all for my face. Thank y'all for my body. Thank y'all for everything that you giving me. I appreciate y'all. I love you. All my ancestors. Don't think I'm on that goofy shit, ancestors. If y'all watching this, y'all hearing me. I love y'all. I ain't never gonna forget my ancestors. I'm always gonna love them motherfuckers. Thank y'all. Thank every single last one of y'all for giving me life. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so motherfucking much. Shout out the antepassados. Shout out the ancestors. Shout out the antepassados. Shout out all them. Shout out all them motherfuckers right there. Shout out all the ancestors. Shout out all y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for life. Thank y'all for letting me experience existence. I appreciate it for what it is. I appreciate every single last one of y'all. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I always thought history was an important thing because it motherfucking is. What the fuck? I mean, not even just human history, like the history of the whole planet, whole you that shit's important. What the fuck you mean? Like what? I mean, I understand we can only live in the minute. We can't go back. We can't like shake their hands, be like, thank y'all for life. I mean, but fuck, man. Like, I don't get that stupid ass mentality. I don't get that. In that light, I really think our Indian ancestors were right for praising the ancestors, all that. Cause this goofy ass shit. What the fuck is that? This who gives a fuck about ancestors? Ooh, fuck, bitch. What the fuck is that? I guess she just feels that way because she's close to dying. So it's just like, whatever. I don't know. But I hope I never get to that point where I'm just like, fuck my grandparents. Fuck my bisabuelos. Fuck all them. Fuck all my tatarabuelos. Fuck my ancestors. I don't ever want to get on that point. I don't ever want to be like that. That's some toxic ass way of thinking. I love my ancestors. Fuck you mean. So my tia abuela sleep on that aspect. On that, I don't know. I'm a little bit tipsy. But you know what I mean. I can't fuck with that mentality. What the fuck you mean? Gives a fuck about ancestors. Bitch, I give a fuck about my ancestors. Fuck you mean with your old dad. You about to be an ancestor with your fucking old dad. You dying, bitch. Fuck you mean? Like, you don't want your grandchildren to give a fuck about you once you die? Like, come on, bitch. What the fuck you mean? I don't get that shit. Shout out to all ancestors. Shout out to Pasados. Shout out. And if I ever have jits, all that, I would hope that their grandchildren, their great grandchildren give a fuck about me. The fuck? I would hope so. Even if I'm not around to see it, I appreciate it. Shit. I'd like to be remembered. I think I'm pretty fucking great. Fuck you mean fuck the ancestors. Fuck that stupid ass mentality. I love my ancestors. Thank y'all. I remember y'all. I got all you motherfucking pictures. I love y'all so much con todo mi fucking corazón. I love my ancestors. Thank y'all for life. Thank y'all for existence. I appreciate it. I wouldn't be here without y'all. With every single last one of y'all, I wouldn't exist. So it's nothing but love. Puro fucking goddamn amor. That's all it is for my ancestors. None of that hateful shit. None of that stupid shit. I love my ancestors. Thank y'all for life. Thank y'all for existence. Thank y'all for the air that I breathe. Thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all for everything. I love my ancestors. Never gonna catch me on that goofy shit. I'm never gonna be like, yo, fuck my ancestors. I can't believe that I came out of some fucking vieja, my great aunt's fucking mouth. Bitch, really? Fuck. But I don't like the mentality of a lot of people. Um, wherever the fuck I go, I could be in USA, I could be in Ecuador, wherever the fuck. I don't agree with a lot of people on some goofy shit that they be on. And that's that. Love to the ancestors. Fuck all that goofy shit. Fuck who gives a fuck about ancestors and bitch like looking around for people to be like, yeah, you right. And my family don't give a fuck about the ancestors. You right. But I do. I think history is important. I'm happy that I'm alive. I'm happy that I'm the person I am. I'm happy for every single fucking gota de sangre que tengo adentro de mi fucking cuerpo. Thank you to the antepasados. Nobody else. Fuck you mean. Like, I don't know how much more I can say about this, but you know what I mean? That's some stupid ass fucking mentality to have. Just fuck the ancestors. And I've met a lot of spics with this mentality. A whole shit ton of spics who said the same similar shit. But this a fucking vieja. You figured she'd have more fucking respect, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Goddamn. I don't know. I mean, like, You know, you figure some more intellectual shit to come out of a fucking vieja's mouth. My grandfather never spit some goofy shit like that, like fuck the ancestors. He didn't get he wasn't like, why you care about my dad? He's dead. He's just an ancestor now. Give a fuck. No, he was never like that. He's happy that I care about our ancestors and our family and our roots and all that. He's happy that I do. And like has nothing to do with fucking race. I mean, I get it, bitch. You don't want to hear nothing about having no Indian blood in you. Who gives a fuck? Like, we should still give a fuck about your ancestors. Like, they the reason you're here. Unless you're just some miserable fuck who didn't want to be alive in the first place. In that case, sure, fuck the ancestors. But I'm not like that. Fuck that. I'm happy. This whole human experience thing pretty fucking nice. I fucks with it. I fucks with it. So love the ancestors. Love your ancestors. No matter where the fuck you from. No matter who the fuck your ancestors are. I could give a fuck. Like, they're my ancestors. I fucking love them, bro. It's because of them I'm here. You know, like, fuck. Oh, shit. People message me on Snapchat. All right, well, y'all. I think y'all get the gist of what I'm trying to say. I think y'all get the gist of what I'm trying to say. I don't fuck with that goofy ass mentality. Never gonna fuck with that goofy ass mentality. It's all love to the antepasados. Nothing but fucking love for the motherfucking antepasados. That is all the fuck it is. Nothing more, nothing less. You already know how the fuck it is. And that's to all of them. It ain't about race. It's just about these my ancestors are the reason I'm here. I don't give a fuck if they Spanish, they Indian, they fucking black. I give a fuck. They my ancestors. They're the reason I'm alive. They're the reason I'm able to experience life. The reason I'm able to walk, talk, breathe, look the way I do. How the fuck could I just say fuck them? Like, even if they can't hear. Even if they can't hear, even if there's no afterlife, even if it don't fucking really matter, why am I just gonna be like, fuck them, just fuck them, just write them off in general, they don't matter, think of the past, we in the present, it don't matter, fuck all that, man. And this is a great topic since it's New Year's, since it's motherfucking New Year's, it's a great topic, cause like, shout out to all the ones who couldn't make it. Shout out to the ones who are still here. I love my grandparents. And I'm going to show my children to love my grandparents once I have jits. You already know. But once I have kids, I'm going to be like, these are your fucking abuelos. Show them respect. If they're not here by the time I have kids, I want them to show them love. I want them to show them respect. I want them to show their grandparents, their great grandparents respect. I don't give a fuck. Like, what the fuck? That's their blood. That's their family. That's my family. That's my blood. That's me. Like, how the fuck am I just going to be like, yeah, fuck your ancestors? I can't fuck with that mentality. I can't fuck with that mentality. I don't even know how people could fuck with that mentality. I don't even know how people could have that mentality. No matter where the fuck you from, no matter what your roots are, how the fuck could you say fuck your ancestors? Who gives a fuck about ancestors, bitch? Bitch! Fuck you mean? Like, that's some goofy shit. I never been like that. I love my grandparents. I love my great grandparents. I've been collecting old family pictures since the longest fucking time. Since a little kid, this shit interests me. And like, I don't know. I mean, I could just go in circles all night because I will never understand how the fuck she thinks this way. For a fucking vieja, for a fucking elder, from an elder, bitch. You don't expect this goofy shit from a fucking elder. You'd figure she'd be humbled by the fact that que toca ir pronto, because she's gonna die soon, because she's gonna fucking die, and she's just gonna be somebody on a fucking picture frame on a fucking shelf. So what the fuck you mean, fuck the ancestors? Well, I mean, I know you're gonna be dead, so who really gives a fuck? But I hate that mentality too. Like, who gives a fuck? We all gonna die. They gonna die. They dead. They don't matter no more. When I'm dead, I don't give a fuck because I'm gonna be dead. I mean, like, okay, sure. If you have that fucking who gives a fuck about anything mentality, great. You know, but you a fucking elder. You shouldn't. I don't know. I really hope I'm not that fucking toxic and ignorant when I'm an elder. And I love my tia abuela just because she's my blood. She's my family. But fuck, according to her, I shouldn't give a fuck, right? According to her, it should just be like, whatever, fuck, gives a fuck about you. Like, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Never gonna be like that. I can't fuck with that mentality. I love my ancestors. That's that. It ain't about race. It ain't about nothing. It's about, they're the reason I'm here. So fuck it. I love them. I'm gonna pay them respects, even if they can't see it, even if there ain't no afterlife, even if it don't really matter in the long run, even if I'm gonna die too one day and it don't fucking matter. We temporary. We all human beings. We all gonna die. We all just mortals and shit, right? But come on now. Come on. It's whatever. Like I said, none of my family got my old family pictures. And like I said, when my great aunt was killed, when her fucking cunt of a daughter killed her, that bitch threw away all the old family pictures. Pictures that are over 100 years old. Pictures that are over 90 years old. You fucking kidding me? Like, it ain't shit. Like, fuck them. Like, I don't give a... But she was a real self-hating bitch. She didn't want to know nothing about our family. So, like, they fucking Indios, whatever. Like, you see, like, for racist ass fucking Latinos, you know, they don't give a fuck. Like, they'll see, because her dad was a white Puerto Rican, you know, so like they see some fucking mestizo, don't give a fuck. You so fucking Indio, you know, and like, I don't rock with that. I love my Indian ancestors. I'm not gonna ever be no self-hating ass bitch like that who wants to write off her whole family, who wants to fucking hate on her family. You throwing away shit that will never be take place again. You throwing away shit that's hundreds of years old, like, well, 100 years old, 90 years old, 80 years old, really old shit. You throwing it away like it ain't shit. Like that's some fucking disrespectful shit. Like, fuck, who gives a fuck if they not here no more? Like, fucking pay some respect to throw shit out like that. I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with a lot of my family's mentality. I don't fuck with a lot of my family in general, you know. And I'm not saying fucking I'm some kind of fucking genius. I know everything about life, and I should be fucking I'm not saying shit. I'm just saying I don't get how a lot of people are so fucking. I don't know. I don't like these toxic motherfuckers. You know, I love my tia and everything, but that's some real ignorant shit to say. Who gives a fuck about your ancestors? Like, that's some real disrespectful shit. You know. Couldn't be me. Fuck off. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck anybody who thinks like that. Fuck all that shit. You goofy. You fucking goofy. You fucking goofy, and you don't appreciate life. You don't appreciate that you're alive. Maybe you fucking miserable because you dying, and maybe like, man, fuck, I don't want to die. Fuck life. Life is pointless. I don't give a fuck. You know, maybe if I'm on my deathbed, I'm gonna feel a different way, but I'm not on my deathbed right now, and I love life. I love this experience. No matter how the fuck I die, if I get murdered, if I get ran over, if I die of some fucking disease, I don't give a fuck. It was a good experience while it lasted. I'm happy with the years that I spent on this planet so far. I could give a fuck. You know, fuck it. I'm happy. If I died in this moment, you know, I'll be straight. I'll be happy. I feel like I've done enough to die straight, to die happily. You know. But fuck, maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe you feel like your life is a waste. So fuck it. So fuck the ancestors. So fuck life. Life is meaningless. I don't like that mentality. I really don't. I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. Never gonna be. Never gonna. When I have jits, I ain't never gonna let them be like that. This is your fucking. These are your fucking bisabuelos. Show respect. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna make y'all kiss the picture frame and all that shit. Fuck out of here. Gives a fuck about ancestors. You got me fucked up. Yeah, how fuck you mean? Like, I don't give a fuck if you my elder. You just said some stupid ass shit. I don't know what else to say, but y'all get the gist. Y'all get the gist of the shit that I'm saying. Y'all get the gist. Oh, there's this cool little fucking Tarahumara motherfucker commenting on my shit. That's cool. I'm gonna have to reply to him real quick. He real nice. He commenting on my videos. He not even. I hate when motherfuckers be like straight opposing of my opinions, just cause like I may think differently than y'all, or just like write me off. Well, one thing you ain't never gonna catch me saying, who gives a fuck about ancestors? Because I really hope whoever the fuck watch my channel gives a fuck about their ancestors. I really hope that my kids in the future, when I have jits, give a fuck about their ancestors. Fuck you mean? Fuck that shit. Fuck that toxic ass mentality. Fuck all that. All love to the ancestors. All love to the antepasados. All love. Puro amor. Puro amor. All love. Nothing but love. Thank y'all for life. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all 110%. Thank you so fucking much. I appreciate life. I appreciate every second I get to breathe fucking air on this goddamn planet. I really do. I appreciate it all. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. I like this better. So I'm gonna have to stay on just because I like this effect better. But that's it. That's all I really had to say about that. I don't know what else to say. It's just really shocking to see an elder talk that fucking ignorant. But you know, that's fucking, you know, that's some mestizo shit. You know, that's some fucking, that's some real colonization shit. You know, that's what that is. You know, I mean, like, but I mean, obviously, you know, my family's mestizos. You know, she's basically like half native, half Spanish, all that. So you know, but fuck, if you just hate your native side, just be like, who's for all the Indian ancestors? I mean, say something like some. I don't know. I mean, it's all stupid. No matter how fuck you think about it, I'm never gonna see eye to eye with her on that aspect. But I don't know. She on her self-hating shit. She gets all uncomfortable whenever I talk about her fucking abuelo and how fucking Indio he was. She just like, she don't want to hear a goddamn thing about it. So, you know, I think that has a lot to do with it. But she has a whole mother who's not, and she loves her father too. So I don't get that shit. Like, if you love your father and your mother, they're just ancestors now. They're just dead now. So like, what the fuck? I don't get it. I don't understand These motherfucking spics. I don't understand a lot of spics. If I'm in USA, if I'm in Ecuador, wherever the fuck I'm talking to, from wherever they're from online, wherever they're from. I don't understand a lot of spics. I don't understand a lot of Latin Americans. And I really feel like because of our history, we're not like, I don't know how to say it. I feel like, like, because we're such like, because we're such a mix of, cultures and races and all that shit that, we a little bit confused on the shit. I mean, like, there's, I don't know how to say it. It's just like, completely like contradictory, like, beliefs from our different ancestors. And, it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like Latin Americans in general, like, let's say, like, straight up Indios or something, like, just be on some goofy shit. I don't know. I'm not saying like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to describe what I feel. I just feel like a lot of Latin Americans be on some goofy shit, and history matters. History matters. It matters. Ancestors matter. That shit matters. They're the reason we're here. They're the reason we are alive today. Pay respects, no matter where the fuck you from, no matter what your background is. Pay respect to the fucking ancestors. What the fuck? You ungrateful motherfucker. Appreciate life. Fuck you mean? Like, even if you ain't appreciating it now, even if you some fuck shit, maybe you got cancer, maybe you dying, maybe like your family's dying, maybe you depressed, whatever the fuck, you should still be appreciative of this existence. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. These are just my opinions, whatever. I don't agree with a lot of spics. And I feel like I never had, like, I don't know. I don't agree with a lot of my family on the goofy ass shit they be saying. I don't agree with a lot of spics on the goofy ass shit they be saying. I don't. I got my own way of thinking, and I can't. I don't know. I mean, I think differently than Ecuadorians, obviously, because I'm from South Florida. I'm from Broward County. I'm speak American and all that, so I see differently than how they see things. I think differently than they do. But again, I don't completely agree with a lot. Like, I talk about, Latino issues from, like, you would say, to, like, well, mainly identity shit, because I don't know what else to talk about. I don't know what else really interests me. I'm not really in on politics like that. I don't really care that much. But I don't know. A lot of Latin Americans just be on some dumb shit, and a lot of Latinos in USA be on some dumb shit too. And because, I've talked to a Salvadorian American who said the same thing. Like, who gives a fuck about ancestors? But this is a little kid. Motherfucker was like 16. Like, my grandma, like, online, like. But my great aunt, that bitch is fucking pushing 80, bro. What the fuck you mean, fuck ancestors? You should be off that childish bullshit. And I don't know. It is what it is. I can't change the mentalities of nobody, and I could give a fuck. I'm my own person. I'm gonna think the way I think. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. And yeah, y'all. I hope y'all had a happy New Year's. I hope you had a great time. I hope you did whatever the fuck you like doing with your friends, or like with your family, or whatever the fuck y'all doing. I hope you had a good time. Thank y'all so much for joining. And how come whenever I'll hop off, like, people want to join? But it's straight though. Hope y'all had a good New Year's. I hope y'all love your ancestors, wherever the fuck you from, whatever the fuck your mix is, whatever the fuck your race is, whatever. Pay respect to your ancestors. They the reason you here, okay? They the reason you here. Don't be on some goofy shit like my great aunt. Don't be on your who the fuck gives a fuck about ancestors. Don't be on that shit. Don't be on that. That's toxic. That's ignorant. That's stupid. I'm sure you wouldn't want to be that way if you have kids and grandkids. Like, who gives a fuck about grandpa? Throw that motherfucking picture away. Give a fuck about it. The boy dead, man. Who gives a fuck? Like, I don't want that. I hope I still have my picture on myself, like in Coco and all that shit, paying love to the antepasados. Who gives a fuck? And I met a lot of people out here that be on that shit too. Cause I met this other elder woman, who's married to my great grandma's first cousin, right? And she was all like, well, yeah, cool, like, great grandparents, all that. But, like, once you get, like, past bisabuelos, like, who gives a fuck? That's so far back. Like, who cares? Like, bitch, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like, what the fuck? It takes how many? It takes 16 bisabuelos. No, it takes 8 bisabuelos to make you. That matters. The fuck? That's like, that matters. Your ancestors matter. I don't get that mentality. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not like obsessed with my ancestors, but I pay them love. I pay them respect. I keep their pictures up. I conserve their pictures that other motherfuckers just throw away. That people just let go away. Like how I said, when my great aunt got killed by her fucking cunt of a daughter, she threw away all the remaining pictures. Thank God I took the majority of them, but she threw away all the remaining pictures. Like, that's not respect. That's disrespect. That's really fucked up. You throwing away shit, times that'll never come back. Moments that'll never come back. Like, you know pictures that are like 180 years old as fuck. Like, that's so disrespectful. I don't get that shit. Like, so what if they not here? But I mean, like, I think that's also like, I'm sure there's people like that all over the world, but I feel like Latin Americans in general, we really got some like, fuck the ancestors mentality. A lot of us who just you don't give a fuck about history or our own ancestors. And that's a problem. That's a problem. We should care about our history. And I get really fucking annoyed when I talk to Latinos who don't know fucking jack shit about their history. Like, fuck, I started getting interested in my history when I was like 15 years old. And I don't know how the fuck that doesn't blossom out of every fucking Latino. Like, how the fuck could you not care about what you come from? Like, I know, like, white people and, like, blacks, they got, like, a more, like, understanding of their ancestry and, but like as Latinos, we generally don't give a fuck. We generally don't give a fuck. Like it's not something we really care about a lot. I mean, from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, coming from like a fully Latino family, and I don't know. I love seeing Spics who know about their history, who care about their roots, who care about their ancestors, who pay them respect, who care about their history and all that. I don't get it. Like I don't know why people want to be on that fuck history, fuck the ancestors, that shit. There's a lot of Spics beyond that. A lot of Spics beyond that. I don't know. I mean, like I don't think that's like that common in other races. I don't or other ethnicities. You know what I mean? And I know I'm not saying races. And I'm just saying like other ethnic groups. I mean, like I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's. I mean, I don't know. I sure most people don't give a fuck. I don't know, but I do. I love my ancestors. I'm always gonna pay them love. I'm always gonna pay them respect. I'm always gonna remember y'all. I'm always gonna keep your pictures up. I'm not gonna let nobody throw this shit away. I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect y'all like that. And that's that. I mean, I don't care. I just think like God forbid my fucking jits try to throw away a picture of my grandpa. I'll beat the fuck out of him. I give a fuck. What the fuck? Bro, that's so. Oh, I can't stand people. I don't know. But that shit just got me heated. That shit just like fucking kept on like echoing in my head. And my great aunt was like, ¿Qué nos importa los ancestros? ¿Qué nos importa los ancestros? Give a fuck about the ancestors. Like, bitch. Bitch, you are elder. You so fucking old. What you mean? You're gonna be an ancestor. You're gonna be an ancestor really soon. You're gonna die. You're going to die. You want to die really soon. You're not even healthy. You the bitch just got out of the hospital. You figure just like be a little bit thankful for existence, being able to get out of the fucking hospital. Like bitch, nah, she just on that fuck them. They ain't here. So you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Straight. If I die, if everybody throws away my shit, is what it is. I'm not gonna be here to know, right? But I would appreciate motherfuckers to give a fuck about me in the future, even if they haven't met me. I don't care. Yeah, y'all can see me. I'm leaving. I'm leaving what I can behind. Um, and that's that. Love to the ancestors. Fuck all that hate, self-hating shit. Fuck all that bullshit. Fuck all that fuck the ancestors shit. I don't know how many people really got that mentality. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I've met a lot of Latinos with that mentality. I ain't never gonna be like that. Like when my sister, my half Puerto Rican sister, whatever, like we would always go over to like it was like a tradition because like her dad's like basically my dad and she's my dad's best friend. It's a long ass story, So I would always go out to their house on Saturday. Her Puerto Rican grandma's house, and her Puerto Rican great grandma has been with her for like nearly 10 years before she died. So whenever the fuck we went over there, I would always talk to her great grandma. She had Alzheimer's. She had diabetes. She had to eat through a fucking tube in her stomach. But I would always tell my sister like, because my sister would be on her phone, whatever, on Snapchat, whatever the fuck, and I'd just be like, yo, say hi to your fucking great grandmother. Say hi to her. Give her a kiss. Tell her you love her. Because she ain't gonna be here forever. When she dies, you probably gonna regret it. So I would always force her to fucking do it. I always force her to fucking, go over there, kiss her, say hi, abuela, whatever fuck, ask her how she's doing. Even though she's not conscious, even though she got Alzheimer's and all that shit, you should still like show her you love her. Like, I mean, give her some fucking, I don't know, pay your respects, because that's you come from her. Without her, you wouldn't exist. That's it. So how the fuck you ain't gonna pay respect to that? And then when she did die in February 2018, I was very sad about that. I cared about her a lot. I loved her. She was like my bisabuelastra, like I would say, my great my step great grandma, whatever. I loved her, man. I loved her. I always talked to her, and even though she had Alzheimer's and shit, and she didn't know who I was, it's mad funny too. I remember explaining to her that I'm my sister's half brother, and she'd be like, when I told her that, she's like, I see it, la vida, and we all cracked the fuck up because she had a bunch of kids with a bunch of different dudes. But shout out the girl though, she was mad fine when she was young though. She ain't mad real besides with us. Let's straight to say that. But she was mad fine. Big old badonkadonk. Beautiful features. Beautiful triracial Puerto Rican woman. She was gorgeous. And so I told her about this one time because I visited Puerto Rico and we went to her dad's school. Her dad was like a famous poet and all that shit. And I was just talking about that experience with her, and she's like, she started crying. Like she started crying when she was remembering her dad. I'm like, you know. And I was very sad about her dying. And the time that she died, it was about the same time the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas school shooting where my neighbor got killed. It was a fuck time. It was a fuck time. I mean, I know she was old and she had it, but my neighbor died in the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas school shooting. That shit was fucked up. I went to that school. They kicked me out because they thought I would be a school shooter. Motherfucker, I never held a real gun in my life. Fuck out of here. I'm not like that, bro. And but rest in peace to everybody who died that day. Rest in peace to everybody who died that day. No matter what the fuck background is, school shootings are a horrible thing, and that shit's horrible. And rest in peace, my neighbor, and rest in peace everybody else who died that day. And pay respects to the dead. Fuck, man. Pay respects to your fucking elders that are still here. I mean, like, I don't get that shit. I really don't. Like, I don't know how people could be so disrespectful. I don't get it. And as an elder, as a fucking elder, to be on this goofy shit, I don't expect that shit from a little fucking Salvadorian teenager, like I got from that motherfucker talking about fuck the ancestors. But I mean, you a fucking vieja, you pushing 80, bitch. You about to die. You're gonna die. What the fuck you mean? Fuck the ancestors, bitch. You too old to be thinking this way. You too. Do I celebrate New Year's? I don't. It is what it is to me. I don't really celebrate it. It's whatever my cousin invited me to her house. Whatever we in Ecuador, they be doing some goofy shit for New Year's. Motherfucker, every dude would be dressing up as like they put on a wig. They dress up as trannies. They like put like socks in their shirt so they have like titties and shit. They just walk over the streets like they some fucking tranny prostitutes. And I don't fucking know. Ecuador has some weird shit, but it is what it is. And then we light some like I don't know, like paper mache fucking figures up. Like my cousin had some Stitch from like Lilo and Stitch character, and we lit that shit up. And I don't know, Ecuador has some goofy shit, but I feel like, I just coming from USA, so it's just like fireworks and shit. We got fireworks here too. I don't give a fuck about New Year's, all that. El Salvador represent. Oh shit, what's up? You a Salvadorian? That's cool. That's cool. Thank you for the 503 love. I'm in the 593. 593 Ecuador. But that's cool. Thank you. I'm happy to know I got some Salvadorian viewers. That's great. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out Pupusa, shout out Salvadorians, y'all great people. Thank y'all so much. I was just talking about this little Salvadorian boy I had talked to once. Was on some fuck the ancestors bullshit. But he's young and ignorant and shit. But my tia said the same shit today. My great aunt, who's like pushing 80 years old, said the same shit. Like, who gives a fuck about ancestors? Like, because we were like watching Coco and shit. She's like, hi, who gives a fuck about ancestors? I'm like, bitch. I don't know. I think no matter what the fuck your background is, you should pay some fucking respect to your ancestors. Like, fuck they reading here, bit fuck ungrateful. Like, but it is what it is. It's what it is. I can't change her mentality. She's a fucking vieja. Can't say shit to her. It's what it is, and that's that. So I don't know what else to say. Y'all get the vibe. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. I hope. Pay respect to the ancestors. Fuck all that shit. I mean, history is beautiful to know. I don't know. History is just a beautiful thing to me. I was always fascinated by history since I was a little kid. So I can't have that mentality. History has always fascinated me. Old family pictures always fascinated me, and they still do till today. I have more of the family pictures from my paternal grandfather's side than anybody living. Anybody, nobody has as many as me. I have all of them because nobody else gives a fuck. So and I think it's really cool to look back in time. It's like a little capsule for like, you get to see what it looked like back then, what people were like back then. Times that can't come back. Ya pasó, ya pasó, ya pasó, all that shit. So I love history. I love my ancestors. I love all my dead fucking family who not here this year. I love all y'all. I don't want y'all to be forgotten. I don't want you to be forgotten. I'm gonna remember y'all. I mean, no matter what the fuck anybody thinks about Coco, I mean, like, it's not a perfect movie. I don't give a fuck, but it's got a pretty good message to it. It's got a nice message to it. It's not some shit that I could just be like, yeah, fuck the ancestors, all that shit. I know some peoples are blind, so I apologize for what he did. Ecuador, the center of the world. Long live Ecuador. Yo, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Yes, I mean, like, it's great that yeah, I know the peoples and all that, like, indigenous people to, like, El Salvador, so that's straight. I mean, like, people should give a fuck about our histories. We should, and like I said, like, my great aunt, she's my grandpa's full sibling. So I mean, like, they like half native, like their dad's fucking Quichua from fucking Latacunga, and she never likes talking about that. She likes whitening his history. She likes talking about, oh, but he's Italian because, like, his last name though, motherfucker was browner than him. What the fuck? That was the brownest motherfucker I seen in my goddamn life. Like, that was when brown dude was dark, fucking heavily melanated, mad fucking brown. I don't know how the fuck you can be on that. Like, it's obvious, like, but that's something to be proud of, right? Then you give a fuck about your ancestors when you're trying to fucking whitewash your history. Then you give a fuck, like, fuck out of here with this fucking. You don't give a fuck because your dad Indio. That's it. That's it. Say it like it is. You give a fuck about your ancestors. Your dad's Indio. You don't like fucking accepting it. I really think it. I think it goes back to that. Cause I mean, she loved her white ass mom. She would never deny her family and shit. But it's what it is. I don't know. A lot of Latin Americans be on that shit. A lot of like a topic that I touched up on in one of my older videos is, how, like, Puerto Ricans and all them, Dominicans, whatever the fuck, they be like, they always be talking about that Taino ancestors. They always be talking about that. When you go to, like, a Puerto Rican and Dominican household, you like, oh, what's up, Daniel Valencia? Oh, I gave you a shout out in this before already. Yo, thank you, bro. Shout out to the title Humara, bro. Shout out to you. But yeah. So I mean, I was just saying, like, basically what I was talking about. Like, I was at my great aunt's house today, and we was watching Coco. Whatever the fuck anything is about the movie, but it don't matter. But, like, the point is, my great aunt was just like, who gives a fuck about ancestors? Like, se importa los antepasados. I'm just like, that shit struck me because she old, and, like, I don't get that mentality. I don't get that, but I really do think it might come down to her dad being mad fucking Indio, and her not wanting to accept that. I mean, I don't know how many of my videos you checked out, but my grandpa's like, basically like half Indio, and like Quichua from the mountains of Ecuador, from Latacunga, Ecuador, and he spoke the language and all that, and his dad is undeniably, like, fucking very close to fucking full blooded Indio. Hold up, I mean, I know I showed this picture on my video, a lot of my videos, but look, this my grandpa's grandfather, so I mean, like, motherfucker, like, that's, like, not undeniable. Like, obviously, like, he adopted, like, mestizo culture and all that. But motherfucker was straight up Indio. Like, his ancestors were all from, like, really Indo parts of Ecuador. And I don't know. I really feel like my aunt be on that shit just because of that. Like, because of the times I had brought it up, she got mad awkward. So I don't know. I'm sure if she was, like, a full pretty little white girl, she would give a fuck about her ancestors more. I don't know. A lot of Latin Americans be on some weird shit. I pay love to my Indios, to my Indígenas. I really do pay love to them. I pay respect to them. I give them my full support, like I did in some of my last few lives when I was at some Inca ruins and shit. Rumicucho, Pucarado Rumicucho. Um, I at the end, like, I have this really, like, nice political leader, in Indio friend. He's Kitukara, the indigenous people of, Quito and the surrounding areas of Ecuador. And he's, like, a really important, like, political figure for the community. But he's a lot of friends, like, in the politics, and he's a good, like, community organizer, and he, like, be fixing up a lot of shit in his community. So, and he's great friends with Evo Morales, like, the indigenous president of Bolivia. Like, he's great friends with him, and you can see him saying that in the video. And so he's like, I want to put up my friend's, like, poster at your house. Can I do that? I'm like, yeah, definitely, no doubt. Like, I paid them respects. I paid them love. They gifted me a book that they made, with other, like, community figures in there, and it's all love to them. It's all love. I can't. I'm not like that. I don't hate on Indios for shit. I'm not like that. I pay love to my indigenous people, to my own, ancestors. I don't get people. Let's. Okay, so I speak my language. I lived in the U.S. for that. That's what's up, Daniel. That's cool that you speak Tarahumara. That's really cool. I mean, I don't know that much about your tribe. I just know that they're great runners and all that. Um, yeah. I mean, shout out to the Tarahumara. Shout out to the Tarahumara. I'm sorry. Or I don't want to butcher. I don't want to butcher the names, but shout out all indígenas. Oh, Happy New Year! You should have recorded some of the festivals and dressed up, and the dress up stuff sounds so interesting. I made some videos. They're really short videos though. I'm gonna see if I'll just upload some random ones. I'll just upload some. I mean, you can see like how people just be walking around in drag out here in Ecuador for New Year's, and I could show y'all what we lit up my fucking cousin's house. I could do that for sure. Thank you for commenting, Caroline. Thank you so much. And yeah, so that's that. I mean, New Year's here. I don't know. I never really like got too deep in it. I never really celebrated New Year's like that. But for my tia to say some crazy shit like that on New Year's, I mean that was too much. That just like that was too much for me. That was too much for me to take in. I'm just I'm not used to that type of mentality. It's not like ancestors or history. It was like a big thing in my household. It wasn't like that was like anything my family ever really talked about or addressed, but I always love seeing the old family pictures and knowing more about our history and shit like that. So for an elder to say some goofy shit like who gives a fuck about the ancestors, it just struck me. Like, bro, I don't know. I don't know. I hope most people don't think like that. I hope most people can pay respect to their ancestors. No matter where they from, no matter what they were, no matter whatever race or ethnic group they were, I feel like you should pay respect to their ancestors. Like, what the fuck? What is it? What is? I don't get that. I don't get that. They're the reason you alive. I can't get that mentality. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't. It's all love to the ancestors on my side. And hopefully she wakes up one day. Maybe when she's on her deathbed, she gonna realize like she just got out of the hospital. She's in the hospital for a hot minute. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. But it is what it is. You can't really change the opinions of elders. Really, they're really old. But hopefully for the youth, they don't gotta be on that shit. They don't gotta have that type of mentality about their roots and all that. Michelle, oh, thank you, Michelle. But yeah, I mean, there's more hope for the youth. We just, the older generation is gonna die off, and it is what it is, But I feel like this type of mentality is not okay. Let's see. I hope so too. Shout out Michelle Medina. Thank you for watching. Daniel Valencia. Okay, Quechua are proud people, but in the near future, more autonomy and sovereignty in most of these Andean countries. Ecuador, Bolivia, Peru, they are the majority. I mean, like, yeah, they definitely are, I mean, in Bolivia, it's like split between Aymaras and Quechua, but I feel what you're saying. Definitely in Peru, they're like the vast majority. And, I mean, a lot of Quechuas are proud people for sure, a lot of them, but a lot of them aren't as well. Cause like, my ex, like you came here from my ex's, cousins matches on Ancestry, whatever. We saw most of her matches are like, well, a lot of her matches are like 100% Native American, all that shit. So my ex, like, well, she came to USA at a very young age, like at 13. So, but she faced racism from mestizo, like Salvadorians and shit, who would like call her fucking India fea and shit. And her dad's not a proud Quechua man himself. Like he like who like talk shit about Mexicans, be like whatever, ese Indio Mexicano, whatever the fuck. Just be and he's not no proud Indian. He won't say that he's Quechua, but his mom speaks the language. His dad spoke the language. They're like full blood. So, a lot. Like I said, I got a Bolivian friend who I'm probably gonna go visit when I go to Bolivia. She's full blood Quechua and all that, 100%, no doubt. Like, I can show y'all, but she full blood. Just believe me, she Bolivian. Like, I mean, I can show y'all a picture, but like, she full blooded Quechua, Bolivian, and she be on some self hating goofy shit too. Like, that's there we go. That's her. Like, she full blooded Quechua Peruvian, and she be on some she like. I'm mestiza because I live in the city and I don't dress up like an Indian, but both of her parents are full blooded Quechuas. Like, I don't get that shit. Like, I really don't like when I see like a straight up indígena talking about yo soy mestizo porque I don't dress like them. I don't talk their language, even though she does speak it fluently, but she don't talk it on the daily basis, so it's not Indian no more. But for the most part, like if you go to like Otavalo, Ecuador, that's like our biggest like majority indigenous Quechua city in Ecuador, they're proud as fuck. Like all the men got long ass fucking trenzas like down to their back. You know they're proud. They speak Quichua proudly, and that's a beautiful thing. But you know a lot have assimilated, and you know that's why we're a majority mestizo country now because they did assimilate and they did mix, and you know they did give up that culture, and you know like you know, my grandpa's father was Quechua, and he spoke the language fluently. He didn't pass it down to his children. Like he didn't teach them to speak it. You know, so it is what it is. But you know, I hope the future generation, you know, is different. You know, I hope shit can change. You know, it is what it is. You know, but shout out all the Quechua, shout out all the you know. Shout out the Sachila, shout out the Shuar, shout out the Warani, shout out the Huancavilca, shout out all the Kitucara, shout out all the indigenous people of Ecuador. I love my country, I love my indigenas. Nothing but love and support for me. And that's that. You gotta pay respect to the Indios. I mean like I don't know why a lot of mixed people gotta be on some you know racist shit to Indios like that. You gotta respect how these people have kept their race and their culture throughout hundreds of years of colonization. Like that's something beautiful. Like our ancestors didn't. They gave in. They mixed all that. So you know, it's beautiful that there's still so many indigenous people who have kept the tradition and the culture and the race alive. And that's okay. I go to the U.S. got to the U.S. when I was 1 years old. I was adopted by a Mexican American family, but when I got older, I visited my family in Mexico. My family said that not to speak Spanish in the village. Oh, that's what's up. So like, all your village must speak Tarahumara, all that, whatever. That's what's up. That's really cool. That's great. That's great to hear. That's awesome. I mean, I haven't talked to any other like Tarahumara, but I've seen like documentaries on y'all, and oh, I saw this one really good movie. I forgot what it was called. It's this one Mexican movie. I know it was about like Tarahumara and like exploitation of their land, whatever. There's like a little white Mexican boy, and like he becomes friends with a little Tarahumara kid, and like that's some beautiful fucking language. I mean, I don't know I forgot the name of that movie, but it's like this Mexican movie from the '80s. It's really good though. Shout out to Tarahumara. You know, I don't know more about the Tarahumara from what I've seen in films and documentaries, and I don't know, but I know y'all great runners. I know that. I would love to be more educated on y'all tribe. I think the Tarahumara are a very interesting tribe. Mexican Indians in general. Like, there's a lot of really interesting indigenous Mexican people, like the Huicholes or them. I don't know how to, I know it's like Wix something. I don't know how to pronounce all that, but you know what I mean. Shout out all the Mexican Indians. We gotta pay respect to the Indians because like our culture would not be what it is without the Indian ancestors' influence. And there it goes again. Ancestors are important because they're where we get our culture from. What the fuck, like they how we came to be. I don't know. All raps are like culture. All this raps back to ancestors. Like so, I don't really get how you could have that mentality. I mean, like, but how am I really going to like argue with some vieja like that? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I hope y'all get the point. Yeah, y'all know what I mean. Like, yeah. But definitely, shout out to all the indigenas. You know, show nothing but love and support to indigenas. Never gonna be on that racist shit. Um, but yeah, that's how I feel about all this. And shout out to all indigenas. You know, for keeping culture alive and all that. I am a descendant. Okay, I'm Michelle Medina. Shout out you. I know who you are. Yeah. I am descendant of the missions girl who was forced to become a servant wife after the Spanish killed their parents. You don't want to be like that. Like that. That's why it's like all of our ancestors got stories, and you know, like that's how we came to be, and like yeah, that's why you know, like I love hearing stories about my own ancestors. I love hearing stories about other people's ancestors. I think it's great. You know, these times passed and all that, and they're not here no more, and dang, that's sad that her children didn't have names, Michelle. But yeah, exactly. Like if you don't give a fuck about your ancestors, these stories die. Like that's that. Like if we don't give a fuck about our ancestors and that's it, then their stories is dead right there, and that's it. That's yeah, that's acabó, and that's That's why I love hearing stories. Like whenever the fuck my grandpa would like sit me down and tell me stories, I would listen so fucking attentively. I don't give a fuck if he told me 20 times the same fucking story. I would listen. I would listen and I would love hearing it. I love hearing stories about my ancestors and stories about their experiences in life and things that they've been through. I think it's a beautiful thing to even be able to like have that opportunity. Like Juanita, that was her name. Yes, preach. Yeah. I mean, like, you gotta pay respect to the ancestors. Like, that's so lame if you just act like. I mean, I understand we all individuals and all that, and they're all gone and whatever, but really, like, these people made us, and they have their own stories to tell. And, like, I think it's great being able to pass those down generations to generation. I'm definitely gonna tell stories about my grandfather and his father to my kids once I have them one day. And I wouldn't want my kids to be on some disrespectful shit. I wouldn't want kids to throw away pictures of my grandparents. I wouldn't want that. So I really hope that her grandchildren, because it was her grandchildren that were there too, and they're like 17 and like 20, I think. I really hope that they don't adopt this fucking stupid ass mentality. Because if we just follow how she's going with this shit, if we get to fuck about ancestors, okay, then when she dies, then why not just throw away all their pictures? Why not? She just it don't matter no more, right? So I don't know. I don't know how to justify what she said. I don't know how to agree with her. I don't know how to see eye to eye with her. I don't know. I don't get that. I really don't. I really don't. Like, cause I grew up with my grandparents, so it was always nothing but love. Like I grew up with my mom's parents, and I'd always hear their stories. I'd always, it's always something that I love. Just hearing their stories, just hearing things they had to say. Just learning from them because they're elders. They've been here before me and my parents and all that. So it's like, hearing something like that ignorant come out of the mouth of an elder is just like, okay, let's see. My uncle said not to be ashamed. He told me that the mestizos, Asians, Arabs, Hindus are not ashamed. They speak and dress their culture. And it be like that. It's really sad. Like, in my opinion, like with the Bolivian girl that I showed you, who's fully Quechua, it's really sad when, like, because I talked to a lot of Quechua people from all over, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia, because I meet them on WhatsApp and shit like that, and some of them I talk to here, obviously in Ecuador, but I met a lot. Like I met this one Peruvian girl who was straight up 100% Quechua from Arequipa, something like that. I think I'm getting mixed up. That's where my ex girlfriend's family is from, but she's straight up Indian. That's the point. And she's saying how like her generation, they don't want to speak it anymore. Like they'll go home, and it's something that I could relate to because I'm not saying like I'm Indian, like my family speaks Indian language. But when I was in elementary school, like all the white kids would pick on Hispanics and all that. So I went home one day and I'm like, Grandma, don't speak to me in Mexican no more. And because of that, I missed out on the language. I had to like I had to start learning Spanish by the time I was 14. So because I did that, and she's telling me this, and I'm like, holy shit, I can relate to that. And it's the same thing because they go to schools and like mestizo areas or like like more whitewashed Quechua areas, and the kids don't want to speak their language. The kids don't want to speak Quechua, and they'll go home and they'll be like, "Yo, I don't want to speak Quechua no more," and they just stop speaking it and they lose the language. So it's sad that younger generations are doing this, and it happens here too. Like there's a lot of videos by Ecuadorian YouTubers who like from Otavalo who talk about this, how a lot of the youth aren't speaking the language no more, and it's sad that no Indian should be ashamed. No Indian should be ashamed because I feel like I mean, like y'all held like Indians held on to like this culture and this race and this language and all that for hundreds of years, despite everything. Mestizos gave in. Our indigenous ancestors gave in. We're not Indios no more. We don't speak the language no more. We don't hold the traditions no more. But the fact that there's still millions of indigenous people who still do, despite all the odds, despite all the discrimination, despite everything that they went through, they still hold the culture proudly. They still hold the language proudly. Like that's nothing that should nobody should be ashamed of that. Like, and it's really fucked. I really fucking hate when I'll see people be on some racist shit or treat people differently because I'm being Indian or whatever, and it's stupid. I hate that. And to all the real Indios out there, hold on to your culture, be proud of that. Be proud of that. Be proud of that. Like obviously my ancestors didn't go fuck. My Indian ancestors didn't go fuck about that. They gave that up. They adopted the mestizo lifestyle. They adopted the whole everything that came with that. They didn't give a fuck about their race no more. They didn't give a fuck about their traditions, their language no more. And it's lost now. Like no one in my family speaks Quechua fluently, but my great grandfather did, and it is what it is. His parents and his family and all that. But that's what happens. That's what happens. And so that's what I'm saying. I can relate to those Indios who lose their language or become ashamed of that, because I was ashamed to be Hispanic, whatever, when I was a kid, because you're taught, like, you're discriminated for it. So the same with those Indios who are being discriminated by mestizos. You know, I'm a Hispanic boy. I was discriminated by white Americans. So I missed out on learning my language at a young age because of that. And it's sad to see that a lot of indigenous people are going through that too. And it's even worse with Indios, because Spanish ain't gonna die anytime soon. But these indigenous languages, these are something that people should hold on to, because even though Quechua is the biggest indigenous language in the Americas, even though they're like well over like what 8 million to 10 million speakers, that's dropping. That's dropping. Like, these future generations aren't talking to like their parents do. Because let me fucking tell you, like in Otavalo, Ecuador, you cannot find a fucking elder who speaks fluent Spanish. I guarantee you. It is very rare, unless they're straight up vendors. If you go to like rural parts of Otavalo, Ecuador, you are not going to find an elder who speaks Spanish fluently. They all speak Quechua, but their children, their grandchildren, they speak Spanish. They speak Spanish fluently. They speak it fluently. And what was really cool was a few months ago, I went to visit my friend in La Torre, Ecuador, and I met this Otavaleño, this Otavalen Quichua indigenous Ecuadorian man, and he spoke Spanish with such a thick Quichua accent, and he was mixing Quichua words with Spanish. I'm like, bro, I didn't want to tell him like I don't understand Quechua, bro, but I mean he was just mixing it all up, and I'm just like, yo, cool. And he gave me this jacket that's really nice for cheap. So I love the dude. Shout out to the dude. And it's cool because he was only like in his 50s and he didn't speak fluent Spanish. So that's what I'm saying. Like the older generations, they don't speak Spanish like that. Like the older generation, you go to rural Indian communities, like you're not gonna find fucking viejitos who be speaking fluent Spanish, but their children are, and like a lot of them don't speak their language fluently, and that's a sad thing. Spanish is not going anywhere, so I don't really feel like that's something that needs to be like fucking guarded. But I mean, like, it is good for Latinos in USA to know Spanish, because you probably want to go to your country eventually. So it is good to know Spanish, but I'm not saying that's not like as horrible as a thing as indigenous children losing their language or not speaking their language. That's definitely way worse of a thing, because these are rare languages that need to be like preserved. It's a good thing that we still got plenty of indigenous people doing that, but there should be a revival in the language. And like my grandmother, she's mixed, she's like me, mostly Spanish and all that. But she always said, she's like, why don't they teach Quechua in the schools? Like, she's been telling me that like since I was little. And like, well, and I'm just like, that's true. Like, why the fuck why they teaching French and English and Italian and German and all these schools, but nobody's teaching Quechua. Like, nobody takes the language seriously. I don't get that. Well, as a native, I believe a person doesn't want to be one of us. Okay. Well, as a native, I believe a person doesn't want to be one of us. We will not force them to be. 60% of our older people, especially the women, don't speak Spanish at all. Just a bit of a few words. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I have experienced living out here. And like, also, I'm from South Florida. So in South Florida, there's a lot of indigenous Mexicans, a lot of indigenous Guatemalans, and the indigenous Guatemalan Mayans came there from as refugees from Guatemala, when they're being fucking straight up slaughtered. So they came here not speaking. They came to South Florida not speaking Spanish, like not speaking like words of Spanish. And so they just came out here, and people would be like, oh, they're just like they're Latinos, whatever. But they couldn't work. They couldn't speak Spanish. So there's y'all could look it up on Instagram. It's a place that I visited once before in Lake Worth, Florida. There's like huge Mayan population in Lake Worth, Florida, and they like, I'm pretty sure they teach Mayan languages to the students there. They definitely teach them about their people and all that. It's called Escuela Guatemalteco okay, it's called Guatemalan Mayan. Fuck, I forgot the name. Just look up Guatemalan Mayan from Lake Worth, Florida, and you're gonna see the school I'm talking about. They're on Instagram too. It's really cute. They be posting the pictures with all the little school children, little Mayan school children, and it's great. That's definitely a necessity. I mean, like, English should not lose their language for shit. We have bilingual school only in the first 2 years, native tongue in Spanish. That's great. I mean, I really feel like these languages need to be preserved, definitely. And all the great things that we could learn from our indigenous people and their ancestors and all that. That's and their own traditions, and that should be respected. Like, my grandfather's a mestizo, and he's like every other mestizo in Latin America, they'll be on their skeptical shit about native native things like ceremonies and traditions and shit. So my grandfather was always on that, and then one day, he was just like, because there's this really great sculptor, Cristobal Ortega. He's this great Kitucara indigenous sculptor, painter. He has his own museum, and he was having an ayahuasca ceremony. And my grandpa didn't want me to go alone, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go with you." And before that, he was all skeptical about all the Indio shit, all their ceremonies, and all that. I mean, like he's been open to it his entire life. Don't get me wrong, but he's still skeptical. He's like, is what it is. But when he drank the ayahuasca with me, there was no denying it. He's seeing visions, he's seeing shit, he's feeling it. He can't just be like, these Indios know what they don't know what they're talking about. Like I feel like after that day he was more open to like Indio shit. It's, like I don't know how to explain it, but I mean like I really feel like as mixed Latin Americans, whatever, like we really should, respect our living indigenous people and pay respects to our indigenous ancestors. It that's all I feel like. And I speak up against like it is what it is. I mean, like I feel like we all as mixed Latin Americans should respect our ancestry, our indigenous ancestry and all that, and respect our indigenous people and the culture they fucking gifted us with. Fuck, there's so much indigenous culture in Latin America, like you gotta pay love to that. But I don't identify as just Indio, of course not. I'm mixed, so none of my grandparents do either. But I feel like there should be more respect paid to our indigenous people and their cultures and there's shit that we could learn. Like one, like respecting your fucking ancestors. What the fuck? Like, come on now. Like I know like all Indians I ever met been on the all that ancestor love shit. So like to go from that to like just a few hundred years later and descendant of these people that just be like who gives a fuck about ancestors. That's wild to me. I feel like everybody should pay respect to their ancestors. I don't feel like anybody should be on that. I don't vibe like that. And there's so much we could learn from our indigenous people, and a lot of people they just write them off because they're just Indios. They don't know no better. And I really hate how people view Indios like as like an inferior race of people out here. Just like backwards. Just like like we should respect them and learn from them. And like I really hate that, like, mestizos just, like, what more do you know about life? You don't know shit about life. Like, fuck, a lot of mestizos have some stupid ass fucking thoughts on life. A lot of fucking mestizos be on some stupid ass goofy shit. And, like, I told my Indio friends, you just feel like straight love, like, just like genuine and like sabiduría and fucking love for the earth. And I don't know, it's mad different. I mean, like, a lot of mestizos just have some goofy ass mentalities I can't fuck with. And I don't know. Oh, yes. I mean, at least you say the truth. Not like those Mexica movement wackos and Aslanist. I mean, yeah, Mexica movement is definitely. I don't fuck with them at all. I don't. I really. I don't like that whole. I mean, there's a lot of things I could talk about the Mexica movement. I mean, like I've known of them since like 2013, and they're definitely on that. We're all the same. Todos somos indios shit, and that whole Nicantlaka thing, just like erasing indigenous people's identities and just, washing it over with some fucking, you know, fucked up grammatical Nahuatl. I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, and their movement never does anything. They don't accomplish anything. They never, it is what it is. But Mexica movement's a topic for the other day. But I mean, for me, I feel like there's no reason to like take indigenous identity for like, you know, if if you're not a part of that culture, you're not connected to like some indigenous community, like I don't see why you would want to like take the culture. And another thing that I hate about the Mexica movement is they really disrespect fucking real Indios. Cause like I know, okay, let's see what he said. Mexica's fake. I could never. I wanted to know who I actually am. It got Carrizo and of course Polish and German. But yeah. They don't do shit. Yeah, they really just, we all need Antulak or whatever, just some goofy shit like that. But they really be disrespecting real Indios because like their leader, like Olintex Calipoca. Wait, what's it? That's his name, right? Olintex Calipoca. The motherfucker's an elder again. old motherfucker, at least 60, right? But he disrespects like real living indigenous Mexican communities and their elders and their people. And he disrespects them and he calls them like, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Y'all not woke, I'm woke, even though I'm just some Mexican American who wants to be fucking Indio and just wants to claim this identity to myself and all these other messages like that's I don't fuck with that. I feel like you're preaching all this Indio shit, but you can't respect the real Indio people. That's why I don't fuck with my neighbors when they be on their ayahuasca ceremony shits, because I don't fucking this motherfucker rubbed me the wrong way the first day. First of all, they just on some new age hippie bullshit. Okay, I don't fuck with all that. Mixing Hinduism. What the fuck does Hinduism got to do with ayahuasca? Fuck out of here. This is South America. This is not motherfucking you know. So that's what I don't like. And the fucking dude who was like distributing the ayahuasca and all that during the ceremony, he was all like, "Oh, shamans come to me like they bad, they horrible, they just think about the past and shit. They, I'm with the future. Yeah, I know more than these fucking Indios and some ugly ass motherfucking mestizo, this tall motherfucker, like fat as hell." And I'm just like, bro, I don't fuck. You gotta pay respects to the real fucking Indios. What do you mean you're taking their? This is their shit. This is their ceremonies. This is their tradition. This is their drink. This is their brew. This is their shit. How you gonna disrespect them when you're taking their shit? What the fuck is that? Like, I don't fuck with them after that. I hate people who just like belittle Indios and just want to be. I hate that. I hate that shit. I don't fuck with people like that. If you want to do some real native traditional shit, you want to take part, and you gotta pay respects to the people who are still a part of that culture, who are still a part of that tradition. Who the fuck are you? You don't got that in your family. Some random ass fucking mestizo. Fuck out of here. What the fuck? Like, you distributing ayahuasca and you saying that you better than these motherfuckers? No, I don't fuck with that. You gotta pay respects to real Indios. You doing some Indio shit. Straight up. That's why fuck the Mexican movement and fuck anybody else who want to be, benefiting off of indigenous culture and not pay respect to the real people. They wouldn't make it in the highlands of Amazon for a day. They copy and paste pics of real native people when none of the Mexica movement members look exactly when none of the Mexica movement members look nothing like a real native. That's straight up right there. That's straight up. Like like what I said in one of my other videos, like one of my recent videos. It's like when I was just talking about everybody who wants to like just it was like what I'm talking about, like having Native American blood don't make you Native American. And this one mestizo Mexican, no connection to any indigenous community, wants to be. And this real indigenous Guatemalan Mayan commented on my shit saying, yes, I agree with you. But then this mestizo was like, no, we all one people, just like, come on, man. There's so much discrimination between mestizos and indigenous people in Latin America. No. Indigenous people and mestizos in Latin America would disagree. Most of them would disagree. So, definitely the Mexica movement wouldn't make it out in the Amazon or the highlands or anything. And yes, they do. That's another thing that I hate, that I've talked about a lot of times before, not just with the Mexica movement, but a lot of other pages on Instagram and Facebook, that they just use pictures of real indigenous people and they're all mestizos. Like, look at there's this one called, fuck, what's it called? I forgot what it's called, but there's this one page. They got a Facebook and they got an Instagram, and it's basically, I forgot the fucking name. If I remember, I'm gonna say it. But they're basically saying like 67% of the Americas is indigenous, is indigenous, and they only post pictures of fucking full-blooded indigenas. They only post pictures of full-blooded fucking indigenas, and none of their followers are full-blooded indigenas. None of the members are full-blooded indigenas, but they only post fucking Indios. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, if you're claiming that 67% of the Americas is indigenous, that means you're claiming that every fucking Puerto Rican and Dominican and every single mestizo is indigenous. So post us too. Don't fucking leave us out if you want to be on that todos somos indios bullshit, but you only want to post pictures of Indios who are a minority in all of the America. Like, come on, like, fuck out of here. Like, I really hate people like that. I can't stand wannabe pretendian shamans. Yes, exactly, Hinduism. Those are a bunch of hippie peyote mushroom ayahuasca just to get stoned. And it's straight like that. When I had ayahuasca with my grandfather, it was with a real indigenous person from the Amazon. I forgot their tribe, but I talked to them, the real indigenous. He was singing in his language throughout the experience. It was a beautiful thing because that's his tradition. That's something that was passed down for him for generations. His grandfather, his father, his great grandfather, they were all shaman. They were all shaman. Who the fuck is this random ass mestizo who just wants to be on his? Oh, I'm gonna just take this Indian culture and I'm gonna talk shit about him, and I'm gonna praise some fucking Hinduism bullshit, and I'm gonna preach like I know everything about life. Like, who the fuck are you? What the fuck? Like, shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Fuck. Like, if I'm gonna drink ayahuasca, it gonna be with a real fucking indigena. I'm not gonna do that with some random motherfucker who don't know shit about the culture. And like, again, I'm from South Florida. I didn't have no I have no connections with no indigenous Mexicans. I did do shrooms at a young age, and it's an experience I like. But definitely when you're doing it with like a real person who's a part of that culture, who's a part of that tradition, it feels so much deeper. Like you get such a deeper connection to it than with some random motherfucker or even by yourself. Straight like that. Straight like that. And things like this really need to be called out. I love actually talking to real indigenas, who like understand where I'm coming from, who could feel me on the things that I say, because like a lot of mestizos just get offended by this. Just like, what the fuck you talking about? Like we all Indios, and like, or well, it's different if you're in Latin America, but I'm just talking about like Americans and shit. And but that's definitely a problem with like the Mexica movement and a lot of these other pages. They post pictures of straight up indigenous people, and none of these motherfuckers look like that, because no real Indio is gonna be like, oh, I'm not Tarahumara anymore, now I'm Nicantlaca. No real Indio is gonna be like that. No real indigenous person is gonna be like that. Of course not. It's just mestizos who don't know shit about their Indian ancestors. We're just like, yeah, todos somos mexicas, mexica tawi, mexica tiawi, somos Nicantlaca, whatever the fuck bullshit they be on. They don't know shit about indigenous people or culture, and they just want to claim that, but they don't really understand, what it's actually like in Latin America for indigenous people, or the social differences between indigenous people and mestizos, and how mestizos have treated indigenous people for hundreds of years. They don't understand that, and you got to respect real indigenous people. You got to have some real conversations with them, feel how they feel about it, before you just like, I don't know. Okay. Disappointing. My tribal chairman lets a mestizo from Michoacan claim our tribe. He is corrupt and is affiliated with the Mexica. I called him out. Yeah, my chairman told me to apologize. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, I'm not connected to no tribe or nothing, so I don't know. But I really don't like when I've seen something similar to that before. I mean, I forgot what it was. Like some wannabe like unrecognized tribe in USA was like it's like then all these random ass Mexicans, have nothing to do with it. So like, I don't know why anyone would like claim a tribe they have no affiliations with, they have no like ancestral connections to. I don't get that either. You know, I don't know. I mean, Latin Americans just be on some shit. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know why we can't respect our indigenous heritage, our indigenous ancestors, our indigenous people. I mean, I understand the history. I mean, my grandfather has told me a shit ton of stories. And, again, my Quito Cara friends out here, my elders, have told me a lot of stories, too, about discriminations they face from mestizos. And like, just like a little quick story. I ain't gonna give you all the full details or whatever. My great-grandfather, the farm with indigenous people working on it. But it was all love for them because he spoke to them in their own language, Quichua. They were Quichua Indians, and he spoke Quichua, too. So, so he would talk to them in their language and all that, and so it was all love. And then one day, this little indígena from the farm, he came to the city. He wanted to see my family and all that. So he came out there. He had like some corn and I don't know what else, like whatever crops that he brought from the farm. He just wanted to surprise them. And then he's a little indígena from in the fucking 1950s, I guess this would be. And he's just walking in the street, whatever. This motherfucking, some rich ass mestizo dude in his sports car ran the dude over, hit him, hit and run. Dude's blood all over the fucking car. He died in the hospital later. He called my great grandfather, all that. And then my great grandfather fought in court against that dude, and they ended up making the dude no jail time, no fucking jail time. He didn't stop. He just kept on going. He didn't give a fuck. But people obviously recognize the sports car. And dude got no jail time. He just got off paying like what would amount to like $500 in Ecuadorian sucres. And fuck, that's some indigenous people have faced a lot of bullshit from mestizos for hundreds of fucking years. And for, mestizos in Latin America who don't know this history to just be like, oh, todos somos indios, it's just fucking goofy. Like, you don't understand like what it was really like for indigenous people versus mestizos back then. So, I don't know, there's one little story. I don't even do ceremonies because those have to be done when elders, shaman, community leaders must see that everything is done exactly correctly in the right time, every step, or it is offensive to God. I mean, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know there's people really serious about their ceremonies and all that, so that's cool. Thank you so much for sharing, bro. I really appreciate your comments. I really appreciate you watching this. Okay, let's see. He legit lied and he claimed my blood. That's serious. And as someone who thought my people were gone, it's offensive. That isn't his experience. Yes, I mean, yeah, people definitely shouldn't, be claiming stuff that they're not, claiming a tribe that they're not. And that's another thing that really annoys me about like, I know it's kind of like off topic, but like a lot of Mexican Americans just be on some like before the whole Mexica movement shit, would just all be like, Mexicateao, you're somos Aztecas and all that shit. It's like, come on, bro. Mexico's fucking huge. You really think that all your ancestors, all these, because like Mexican Americans are diverse and, Mexican immigrants to the USA are diverse as fuck and they come from like different parts of Mexico. So how the fuck you gonna say you're all Aztecs? Like, come on. Come on. Like, do some research. Learn a little bit of history about your own, like, where your family's from. Like, if they're not from like what Aztecs actually were, you probably not don't got no Aztec blood in you. I don't get that. And it's the same thing with a lot of, Ecuadorians too, because there's one Ecuadorian Instagram dude, indigenous 1492, I think's his name. Whatever. He just like blocked me and removed my comments when I mentioned it. But he would just be like, I'm a proud, and he's mestizo, obviously, but he's like, I'm a proud descendant of the Guarani and the Sachila, who are descendants of the Inca. And the Sachila and the Guarani don't have shit to do with the Inca. They're like some of our few indigenous people who don't speak Quichua. They weren't colonized by the Inca. What the fuck you mean, bro? Like, come on. And then I call them out, and I'm like, they don't descend from the Inca, though. They don't speak Quichua. Like our Indians who speak Quichua, they descend from the Inca. And dude just blocked me. So fuck it. I mean, but he blocked me on another kind of. But that's the point. There are thousands of real indigenous from Mexico, Nahua, Mixtec, Tlapanec, and Guatemala, Quiche, and Achi people. Of course, I mean, I'm from South Florida, so there's a lot of like indigenous Oaxaqueños, like Mixtecos and Zapotecos. There's a lot in South Florida, like from Oaxaca, from Puebla and Oaxaca. There's a lot of indigenous people in South Florida from Mexico. Real indigenous people, not mestizos. Because you can always tell the fucking difference. But there's a shit ton in South Florida for sure. Good point. Most uh, Carrizos are probably also a bit Apache and Kickapoo. There is always more than one style. Yeah. I mean, for sure. I think that's really interesting too. Like, I've always been interested in like the history of Texas, and like because I've met a whole lot of Mexicans who have roots in Texas who don't know shit about having any ancestors from Mexico, like straight from Mexico. So like their ancestors been in Texas like before it became USA, before it became Mexico, and that's really cool. I met a lot of Mexicans like that from Texas, from Tejanos, whatever you want to call them. And that's really cool. I always want to know more about the history of Texas. So thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, and yeah, it'd be like that. I don't know. People really be generalizing entire areas, and that's just again not all Mexicans descend from the Aztecs, and not all Ecuadorians or Peruvians or Bolivians descend from Quechuas. It's okay if you're not from these countries, but if you have roots in these countries and you don't know this, like, come on, come on, come on. We gotta learn more about our histories. We gotta learn more. We gotta be better. We gotta be better. Okay, let's see. I'll send you some more articles. It's something an elder spoke. Actually, I have a video on it. You should definitely upload some more videos. Like, I think you only got like one video. I don't know, but yeah, you should definitely upload that on YouTube. Like I said to the title who might have hold me in here, like it's like we should like the world's diverse. Like we all can like show people stuff that they don't know shit about, educate people on something, they have no clue about. And I don't really make my shit about like educating people on stuff because I don't know everything, but like definitely when I like experience it, like when I go traveling, whatever, I'm gonna definitely be like posting a lot more stuff like that. But in my last few lives, I did talk to my Kitukara friends. Hey, y'all fix that up. It's awkward as I have heard. Time reading, I was hiding behind my hair. It's awkward as I have hard time reading. Oh, I was hiding behind my hair. Oh, damn. Well, yeah, you should definitely share that. Thank you so much. Yes, I mean it's shit like that's always interested me. Always cared about learning about like Mexican Tejanos, whatever. Yeah, definitely cool to know more about their ancestors and whatever. Because I have met so many Mexican like Tejanos, whatever, online who like don't know any ancestors who came from straight up Mexico and just Mexicans from Texas, and that always interested me. I talked to like a few people from like the Southwest who are like from tribes out there who like mix with like from like mestizo tribes out there. That's also interesting to me. I'm here in Texas, but lived in Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, and visited Tohono O'odham, Apache, Navajo, Ga- Gauja, I don't know how to say it, communities in Mexico. I visited Sonora with the Seri tribe. That's what's up. That's really cool. You travel a lot. I've only been to like a few places. I've been to a lot of places in Ecuador. And I've met a lot of different indigenous people out here. Um, Definitely, I want to do some more traveling though, and I've also been to I grew up in South Florida, so I would always go to like the Seminole and the Miccosukee reservations like a few times as a kid, and I went recently too, or like 2 years ago, but it's really cool. I love seeing different indigenous people from all over, and in South Florida again we got a lot of indigenous Peruvians and Mexicans and Guatemalans, and there's a lot, and you know what I always hated? Another thing, I want to make another video talking about this one day, but it's just like, I feel like in communities that are as diverse as South Florida, like, because I grew up in like a mostly like, well, it was like half white and the other halves were like, we had some Asians too, but very little. But it was mainly like Caribbean and Latino people, and like from mestizos to indigenas to black ass Haitians to like coolie Haitians who are like of South Asian descent, and I really feel like we're living in these communities. I really feel like our history should be taught in school. I really feel like our history should be paid attention to. Even in high school, middle school, all that. I don't know. I feel like people should like I feel like schools should like pay some type of respect to the people who actually live in these communities to like teach us our histories a little bit. Because there's like one page on South America and like the history books from my high school and shit. So like, I don't know. I feel like that's definitely some. I mean, I feel like everybody should know a little bit something about their history. Ask me. There's 62 indigenous groups in Mexico, and there is no known Nicantlaca tribe. There are 13 million indigenous people in Mexico, 10% of the population. Yes. Yes, that's beautiful. Yes, I know there's no Nicantlaca tribe. That's just from what I know, some grammatically incorrect Nahuatl that, these Mexica movement members were just like, we gonna adopt this. This is gonna be our new identity. Everybody hop aboard. Like it don't matter where you from. You from South America, Nicantlaca. And that's another fucking thing that I hate. Cause like when they make maps, everything is just like North America is a Nahuatl. And South America is the one thing Suyu. That is so fucking disrespectful. Holy shit. Especially with the South America shit. Because, a Nahuatl would just be like the name for the country, right? But the one thing Suyu was an empire. Like the majority of South America was not conquered by the fucking the one thing Suyu Empire, the Inca Empire. So to just call all of the one thing I'm fucking up now. You see, they fucking me up. To just call all of South America the one thing Suyu, that is so fucking disrespectful to all of our indigenous people who are not descendants of the Quechuas. Come on. That's disrespectful. I really hate that shit. There's a lot of things that I could call out in this whole like decolonized movement by these, American Latinos who just, want to be some Indio scholars. But again, they'll talk shit to Indios who contradict them. So if you're Indian, you're talking shit to them, they don't want to hear none of that. Or if anybody who calls them out, if you call them out, you disagree with them. Like with me, I'm a castizo. I got three, mixed grandparents and, Criollo grandparent. And, I'm just 26% native, and like for motherfuckers like me, there's a lot of motherfuckers like me who'll be on this whole Todos Somos Indios shit and hopping on the Mexica movement and all these other, decolonized movement bandwagons and all that. They're all accepted, all that's fine and dandy. But as soon as you disagree with them, you're Wasichu, you're white, you're whatever the fuck they want to call you. You're not one of us no more because you disagree with us. But these are the same motherfuckers who will claim Frida Kahlo, who only had one indigenous grandparent, and her father's German, and her grandmother's Criolla, and they'll claim Frida Kahlo is indigenous for fucking. They all claim that Frida Kahlo is indigenous. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on. If you're gonna claim Frida Kahlo, you gotta accept all of us. And I don't want to be accepted by them. Like, I don't care what they think. I don't care what some neo-indigena fucking mestizos and other Latinos think. I don't need their acceptance. I don't feel like an Indio. I don't. But I pay respects and I pay my love to all the real Indios out here, and they show me nothing but love in return because I don't discriminate them. I'm not racist to them. I pay them respects. You know, I show them that we not all some racist fucks. You know, because like a lot of my family would like look down on people like that, like, oh, you lesser because you're Indian, you straight up Indian, you know. But I'm not like that, you know. They all have, and they have more important shit. I don't fuck with my own family like I fuck with these Indios. Like, I love hearing shit that they have to say, and they will never say some stupid ass shit like, gives a fuck about ancestors. Come on now. Oh god, come on now. I'm gonna show this book a lot on my channel, but I'm gonna just show you this because this really I really gotta read through this whole book. But so like my Kitukara friends out here in San Antonio Pichincha, no, Rumicucho, whatever. They live right by the ruins, and I uploaded videos on the ruins. If y'all interested in like Inca history, all that, check out the ruins though. I don't, but so they're indigenous. You know, they're important indigenous figures in the community. And, you know, the Kitukara, they don't speak an indigenous language no more, but they do hold the traditions, and they are full-blooded. You know, they're not. A lot of them aren't mixed. So that's what Kitukara are like. And this is a book that my friend and her husband made, and I'm good friends with both of them. And I told him, I'm like, bro, I got a registered vote, but I'm not voting for nobody until you tell me who to vote for, because you know about all this, you know more than I do. And he's just like, no, let me put up one of my friends like billboards out here by your house. I'm like, bro, I got you whenever you want. So I show them love. I show them love. They show me love. They gave me this book for free. They're like, no tienes que pagar. No tienes que pagar. Eres un gran amigo. Like, you're a great friend of ours. You know, and that's that. But like, all these whole neo-indigenas, they act like you either with us or you fucking hate us and you don't got shit to do with us. Like, come on, what the fuck? Like, there's no black and white there. Like, come on. I don't know. I don't like. I love actually talking to like real indigenas and getting their views on things other than these Latinos who have no connections to real indigenous people or any indigenous culture. I could show my love to my indigenas without trying to claim their identity. Probably. I don't gotta claim shit. I don't gotta be like that. I'm not like that. I don't like people who are like that. You know. And that's that. Pay love to the ancestors. And that's a great thing that our indigenous can teach us. Our indigenous ancestors can teach us. Like, you gotta pay respect to the ancestors. Like, come on. I don't know. If because like that mentality is like there's so much you could say against that mentality. It's just like, okay, if ancestors don't matter, then I guess food don't matter. I guess culture don't matter. I guess traditions don't. I guess nothing matters. I guess nothing matters. Just I don't know. I don't know. But I love indigenous views on life, and I don't know. I really feel like mestizos in general just confuse people. We coming from that. A very confusing, a very violent, you know, different history. I don't know. It's straight. It's what it is. I work with 4 Nawa guys from Guerrero. Showed them the Mexica movement videos. They laughed. They giggled. Only one of them knows good Spanish, and they laughed at the. That's funny. That's funny. I really do feel like any indigenous person who saw something like that, they'd just be like, "What the fuck?" Like it's just too much. And I honestly, in all these years that I've known of the Mexica movement since 2013, I have not met one straight up indigena who has been like, "I support the Mexica movement." I haven't met one of them. Not fucking one. Not one. I've never met one. Like all the indigenous people I've met who have talked about it are against it. So, but again, they don't respect real indigenous people. So of course they're not gonna give a fuck what fucking any Indio gotta say about it. They're on their own little thing. They don't respect indigenous people like that. Like I said, like you can look it up. Olentex Calipoca, the founder of the Mexica movement, has said very disrespectful shit about indigenous Mexicans. And he made fucking posts about it. He made videos about it. He made his little fucking shitty ass memes about it. How they're not woke like him. They're not woke like him. They don't know. They don't know. They're not like him. So just knowing that they don't respect real indigenous people, they phony as fuck. They fake. And straight like that. Like, I've never met a straight up indigenous person who liked or fucked with or supported the Mexica movement. I've never seen that. It's all mestizos, it's all mixed people. But I feel like the Mexica movement's popularity is dying down now. But their offsprings are all these, like we be colonized as Latinos who be all over Instagram and Facebook, and they definitely, they've a lot of people have came from that movement. A lot of people have been affected by that movement. A lot of people, fake woke motherfuckers. They just, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I really feel like indigenous people's opinions on things like this matter more than anybody's. Like if you just want to claim just an indigenous identity like that, and real indigenas are not feeling it, that should be a sign. But like I said, only Tezcali Ploca doesn't give a fuck about real indigenous people. He doesn't respect real indigenous people's traditions or their culture, so of course he doesn't give a fuck. He's just some random ass Chicano mestizo Mexican American from California. Dude talks just like what's his name, like Cheech, I think, like from Cheech and Chong. Just your basic old school Chicano Mexican American from Cali. The fuck he know about Indios, man? He don't give a fuck about them. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't like the Mexican movement at all. I got into learning my own, and I was a little ass kid when I learned about the Mexican movement. I must have been like what, like 16, 17. I was a little boy. I was a little kid, so I was, highly impressionable. I was just learning my history from like 15, so I've only been like a year on my history, and that comes from like asking my grandfather things about Ecuador, and he would teach me about like Atahualpa and like Pizarro and all the history that happened between them and the Incas and all that. And so then I discovered the Mexican movement when I was like 16. And they definitely brainwashed me a lot, and they made me like, they were supposed to be like anti self hate, right? But they're telling mestizos to fucking straight up hate their Spanish ancestors. Like, come on, come the fuck on. Like, that is self hate. Like, and I started hating my own Spanish ancestors. I started wanting to disown that. I'm happy that I didn't do it, but I have this little like plate thing that you like hang up on the wall from like where my Cuban grandfather's ancestors are from in Spain, from like the castle that our name comes from. And I was gonna throw it away because I was being like all brainwashed, and I started thinking like, oh, it's bad to have Spanish blood in me. It's bad to like be a descendant of these people. Like, and don't get me wrong, like definitely colonialism, all the conquistadors, that shit's horrible. But I mean, it's not like every single Spanish person was like that, and I'm not gonna hate my own ancestors. And these motherfuckers want to be on this whole, oh, we anti self hate. We just want to stop self hate. But you telling mestizos to hate our Spanish side, like, come on, that is self hate. That's self hate right there. That's self hate. Y'all like, you're pro self hate, but you claim to be anti self hate. Like, come on. I don't fuck with the Mexica movement for a lot of reasons. Those are some of the big reasons right there. They don't respect real indigenous people. That they're telling mestizos to hate themselves, essentially, definitely. And they're claiming indigenous identity. They're claiming all Indios are fucking Nicantlaka. They're claiming that South America is the one thing Sui. They're claiming that North America is a Nahuac. They're just claiming a lot of outlandish shit. And for a lot of reasons, I don't like them at all. I don't support that movement. I'm glad that I'm not. I didn't stay in that mentality. I'm glad that I woke up out of that. And yeah. But Mexica movement, a few words of now what they said sounded like some 16th century book. It was funny, and not one of the Mexica guys speak Nahuatl fluently and been in the movement for over. Yes, none of the. I mean, I've met real Nahuatl people. I have, I was really, close friends with this Nahuatl girl. Her parents are from. They're from Veracruz, but they're straight up Nahuas. They speak Nahuatl fluently, and it did not sound shit. Cause like the Mexica movement, they don't pronounce it like Nahuatl or whatever. They pronounce it like Nahuatl. Wait, I forgot, but they don't pronounce the TL. They don't pronounce the TLs. I don't. They don't. It doesn't sound anything like a real Nahuatl person when they speak it. And yeah, none of them speak it fluently. Obviously, they're not gonna be able to speak it fluently. Like you only learn so much from all these apps and all these books you read on Nahuatl. So yeah, definitely. Um, but again, it's not like they're gonna go up to like they're not gonna be humble enough to ask some real Nahuas how to speak it because they're just gonna have some contradicting views of them, and so they don't. They don't respect real indigenous people, so it is what it is. Obviously, they're not gonna know Nahuatl fluently. And honestly, I've never seen a fucking Indigena Mexica movement member. Like you look up any Mexica movement videos on YouTube, you will not see one Indigena. It's all mestizos who just went under Olantes Kalipoka's wing and just took his word for he's an elder, he knows, and they just follow him blindly, and it is what it is. And it's not like their fucking movement ever did anything like productive. Like, what did they do? What did they ever do to support indigenous communities? What did they ever do to like support their own, Mexican American communities or Central American communities? Nothing. What did they ever do? What did they ever do? And I'm not no activist, whatever, but I support Indios out here however I can, and that's that. I respect real indigenous people. I'm not gonna argue with them over their fucking beliefs or anything like that. No. They mad disrespectful. That's it. Michigan movement just disrespectful. They disrespect real indigenous people. This disgrace to Mestizo's. They're really bad looks. They're really bad looks. And unfortunately, a lot of American Latinos have been, brainwashed by this, and everybody who came out of this. So there's a lot of Latinos online who annoy the fuck out of me, who I want to talk about, and it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, these people's heads are like set, like it's straight up like with anybody else who has like a fucking crazy ass ideology. You're not gonna convince them otherwise. Like if you talk to any of these crazy ass African Americans who be like, we're Moors or we're Native Americans or we're Israelites, you're not gonna convince them. No, you're wrong. Hold up, let me tell you something. It's the same thing with them. They're all on their todos somos indios shit, and you're not gonna convince them any different. And people got to be more open. Like I listen to everybody. I hear everybody out. I hear my mestizo family out. I hear Indios out. I hear everybody out. I want to hear what everybody got to say about it. I'm not gonna put in my 2 cents. I want to hear what they got to say. But in USA, it's just like they all just brainwashed. I don't know what to say about that, but is what it is. Is what it is. That's it. I don't know. I just know, living out here in Ecuador, I'm pay respect to my ancestors. I'm gonna pay respect to my grandparents, my great grandparents, all that. Never gonna be on my fuck my ancestors shit. And I'm gonna continue respecting religious people and culture. One place I really want to go, I really want to visit the Sachila tribe in Santo Domingo de los Sachilas. That's like that's like the most interesting tribe to me in Ecuador, because like the man like all paint their hair red with that chote, and that's just a really interesting tribe to me. I want to. Okay, let's see. Those guys, Afrocentric and Israelites, are just as crazy. Those motherfuckers crazy. Yeah, I mean those. And same with all these other. Like, there's no way to convince them that they're wrong. What I really hate is like the motherfuckers who claim Aztecs or claim Mayans, like all these, Afrocentrics who claim, the Mayans were black. Oh, the Olmecs were black. Like, I have a friend from Veracruz, Mexico. She looks straight up fucking Olmeca. Like, I just call her Olmeca, man. She got that wide nose, like, she looks straight up like a Olmeca statue. Like, she looks straight up like them. And, like, how are you going to claim a living people? Like, I've seen a lot of these motherfuckers claiming that they're Mayans. Like, I grew up around Mayans. I grew up around Guatemalan Mayans. Like, they don't look shit like African Americans. Come on. Like, I don't know. I really can't stand these motherfuckers. All these black folks who want to claim that they're indigenous, want to claim that they're copper colored, want to claim all that. That should definitely be called out. And I made some videos on that, and I've gotten support from real black people who are proud of their African ancestors. And it's a shame that they would want. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why they would want to claim a completely different race as ancestors. Like, you can put like an African American, like, for example, from like Georgia, like a place where they really fucking black as fuck, like Savannah, Georgia, for example. That's where my baby sister's dad's from. My baby sister's grandfather's from, like, he's straight up African, and he's African American, Dolagichi. So you could put them, who are like straight up African, next to like a West African, and they're gonna look identical. Like, they don't look. And like the African Americans who be claiming this is usually like the mixed ones who have like lighter skin because of their European ancestry. But even then, they look more like fucking West Africans than fucking any other race. Like, come on, like, and how can you deny all the African culture that's still in the Americas? Come on, I grew up around Haitians, man. Y'all know about voodoo? Come on. Like, there's so much African culture in the Americas. How the fuck you gonna claim, oh no, that's not a thing. It was already here. Like, voodoo is straight from Benin, Africa. and a lot of Haitians' ancestors are from Benin, Africa. And voodoo was practiced from Haiti to Cuba, Dominican Republic, Brazil, Louisiana. So like, how come these places where Africans were brought? Why is there voodoo? Why is there an African religion? Why is there an African religion? Why? Why? Dumb motherfuckers. I don't know. But fortunately, most African Americans are not on that. So I got flagged by Mashika YouTube channels. I can definitely see that. I could definitely see that. Like I said, all the Indios I've heard talk shit about the Mexica movement, they don't they don't pay them any respect, they don't pay them any mind. They're just like, y'all not woke, blocked, whatever the fuck. Like I said, the Mexica movement don't pay respects to indigenous people. That is not on that's not something that I would doubt. Definitely, if an Indio or anybody else contradicts the Mexica movement, you're blacklisted. Fuck out of here. Fuck your opinions. Basically, that's how they feel. You know. So I mean, yeah, that's definitely the Mexica movement. Don't pay no respects to no indigenous people. I've seen a lot of indigenous people actually call out the Mexica movement and never addressed. Never addressed. Never addressed by the Mexica movement. But like I said, you could look it up yourself. I mean, Olin Tezcatlipoca, the founder of the Mexica movement, he's made a lot of posts, a lot of his little shitty ass memes about and a lot of videos I think about indigenous Mexicans and how he was trying to talk to them. I forgot the story. I haven't heard the story since like 2014 or whatever. But he was just talking down on indigenous Mexicans like they don't know what they're talking about, or no respect for the people, no respect for the culture. And he would always say like these traditions are stupid, or like just straight up like y'all gotta stop dressing up all goofier and just get down with the cause, get like us, come on, like just straight up like straight disrespect, like not word for word, but straight disrespect, like even worse than what I said. And definitely they don't pay no respects to them. Mexican movements are racist to towards blacks. Mexican movement are racist towards blacks. I don't know that they as mestizos have Afro blood, and there are I don't know that they are mestizos and have Afro blood, and that there are millions and millions of Afro descendants in Latin America. Definitely, I mean one of the like main Mexica movement members, like one of the most active members, because there's really only like Tezcatlipoca, Citlali, Semanawak, and she got kicked out, so she's gone. And then Wheatsley, I don't know, but he's on Instagram. He got curly ass hair. He got like really curly hair, like 3B probably. I don't know, some really curly textured hair. And he has like he's like an eighth black, and all that Nican Plaka love. They just and just he just identifies as Nican Plaka. It is I don't know. I'm not racist to blacks. I'm not racist to Indios. I don't bow that. I'm from South Florida. I grew up around a lot of blacks, and I have my own little bit of African ancestry in me, and I pay respect to black people. I pay respect to Indios, and a lot of mestizos will be racist as fuck. The Indios to blacks to everybody. Yeah, there's a huge fucking Quechua community in New York. Definitely, there's a huge fucking Quechua community in New York. There was this one Quechua rapper who just came out to New York spitting his own. But yeah, there's obviously a lot of indigenous Peruvians and a lot of indigenous Ecuadorians. I don't know about Bolivians, but probably, I've been in New York. My mom's from New York, my mom's from Queens, and her parents were like some of the first Ecuadorians to go out there. When I went out there was so many fucking Indios. I saw a Guatemalan Mayan woman on the fucking train. Bro, she was dressed all traditional. Like, there's a lot of indigenous people in New York, definitely. There's a lot of indigenous people in New York from, Peruvians, Guatemalans, there's a lot. Mexicans, too. Oh my god, bro! I'll never forget this. One of my grandpa's tenants in New York. He's like this Dominican, like on the whiter side, and he married this Mexican Indian. His kids looked so fucking Indian. They were so cute. They're like straight black hair. You wouldn't even know they had no black in them. And that's a cool thing. Out here in Ecuador, like there's a lot of like cholos, like indigenous mestizo. Majority indigenous mestizo people who get with black people, and I swear, like some of these kids, you won't even be able to tell they got no black in them, but they make beautiful mixes. Shout out all the Zambos, shout out all the black Latin Americans, shout out to all the Afro Latinos. And another thing I fucking hate, like there's a lot of Latinos who just want to be claim Indio or just want to claim black. Because like if you look at like there's this one video on BuzzFeed Latino, whatever, I don't know what they're called, but Pero like I don't know, I think. But there's like this video about these Afro Latinos taking DNA test, and this Puerto Rican got 17% black, and this Dominican woman got 35% black, and they're like, we Afro Latinos. Like fucking what? The fuck you what? Like, come on. I don't get that shit because like my mom's like 35% native. She don't go around like I'm indígena Latina. Like come on, what the fuck? Like what's this double standard bullshit? It's like people look at my mom like she had her light skin and her green eyes, be like, oh you white, but this Dominican girl who's just as black as you are Indian is black because fuck, I don't know. A lot of Latinos in USA really be getting on my nerves. They have some really fucked mentalities. I grew up around more like I grew up around grandparents. I grew up around my sister's grandmother. I grew up around my grandparents. So it's a totally different mentality. And my parents would never give a fuck about their history, so it wasn't like that. But these new kids, like our generation, my generation at least, people in their 20s, in their late teens, they just want to be on this somos indios or somos africanos, whatever. And I don't know. Latinos in USA, Ecuador has a big Afro descendant community along the coast. Esmeraldas. You're right, bro. Not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people know that. Like a lot of people see our team and they just be like, "Oh, all Ecuadorians must be black." No, like in the Sierra, in the Andes, in the mountains, you're not gonna find. Well, you're gonna find them now because they're migrants, either from Venezuela, Colombia, or the coast of Ecuador. But somebody who's straight from the Sierra, grandparents, great grandparents from the Sierra, you're not gonna see anybody with black blood in them. It's all from the coast. And I do have African ancestry, Afro Ecuadorian ancestry, but it's from my grandmother who's from the coast. So all over the coast, like you get that typical like I would say like something like a Central American mix. You know how like they're basically like half indigenous, half European, but they also got that like pretty much equal amounts of European and native and a little sprinkle of African in them. It depends. You can see people like majority white or majority indigenous or majority black all over the coast. But yeah, on the coast, pretty much everybody got African blood in them in Ecuador. And Esmeraldas, you go to Esmeraldas, like I haven't been, but I've met a lot of people from Esmeraldas. They are black as fuck. Like there's a lot of Zambos too. There's a lot of Zambos. There's a lot of people who are like native and black, but there are a lot of people who look straight up West African, like 100%. And on the coast of Ecuador. You come out to the Andes, you're not gonna see that much. But we do have a good amount of them here too. Even where I live right now, there's a lot of migrants from like the coast who are Afro Ecuadorians. And it's cool, beautiful people, beautiful culture. I'd love to visit more of the coast. I've only been in Guayaquil, but I'd love to visit Esmeraldas. I heard great things about Esmeraldas. I'd love to go there. And yes, we do. Our African descendants are mostly on the coast. You're not gonna see that much in the Sierra. But there's a lot of internal migration in the country too. So, but definitely all over the coast is pretty much everybody got black blood in them, and that's a beautiful thing. I remember this one time I was at the flea market. I love this flea market. I love South Florida for all its diversity, and this flea market in Fort Lauderdale, the swap shop. You can see the diversity of Florida, and it's beautiful because you'll see people speaking Haitian, Creole. You'll see indigenous Mexicans. I swear shit you the fuck not. I see a lot of indigenous Mexicans speaking their indigenous language. And from like Oaxaca, whatever, I don't know what they were, Mixtecos or Zapotecos or from some other tribe, but they were speaking their indigenous languages. You see that all over the time. Oh, you see that all the time in South Florida. And South Florida is diverse and beautiful. I want to go back one day, but right now I'm gonna chill out here in South America for a minute. Mexico, we black communities, Pacific Coast, not even Mexicans, no, much less Oh shit, but of course, I mean, you like Latinos counterparts in USA, and I'm American. I'm from South Florida and everything. I'm second generation American, but Latinos in USA really generally don't give a fuck or know anything about our history. So I've met so many Mexicans who don't even know what mestizo meant, like, or yeah. So yeah, Latinos in USA are just a mad disappointment. But it comes back to the family not showing them nothing, but it means what it is. But yeah, I know like in Veracruz, Mexico, you see a lot of people with African blood. I've never been to Mexico, but most of my family have been, like my grandparents and my siblings too. But I hope to go to Mexico one day. But yeah, Mexico's beautiful and diverse. I hate when people just be like, oh, and there's the other thing on this one video that I made. The video that I was talking about, just because you have Native American blood don't mean you're Native American. This Mexican American mestizo whatever was talking all this. He said that this dude who was just 50% Native American looked 100% Native American. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's not true. I don't know why the fuck. Like I don't know why people gotta like fabricate shit. Like I can tell the difference between a mestizo and indígena from like a mile away. I mean, like of course they could have darker skin, and one of those points are like they could be darker than real indigenous people, but like it's not like all Native Americans got the same skin color. Like my grandfather is darker than pretty much everybody from the Sachila tribe, but they're from like a more foresty area, and my grandfather's indigenous ancestors are from the Andes Mountains, super high altitude, so of course they're gonna be way darker. So him as a mestizo, he's darker than them, and mestizos and indigenous people are diverse. Like I don't know why people gotta generalize it. And yeah, Mexican Americans, Latino Americans in general, they're saying a lot of goofy stuff. I don't know. But again, like it's not like our histories are really taught in school, and that's another problem. So it's not like our parents are gonna teach us the whole fucking complete histories of our country or the diversities of them, and that's a problem. So I feel like every Latino in USA should visit their country of, where their parents' origin and whatever. Um, Definitely, it was a big like it was a big change in my life when I first came out here in 2014. I was just like 18 years old, and I came out here, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the culture and the people and everything about it. Every little aspect of it. I was just like, I do not want to go back to Florida. This is so different. But yeah, salud. But one thing that I definitely love about Ecuador is like the first thing that I noticed out here when I first came here when I was 18 years old is that like the community out here, it feels like one big family. It don't feel like, because like in Florida, I didn't know my neighbor's name. I didn't know. I couldn't, if I saw them on the street, I wouldn't know. But out here, it's like everybody treats everybody like family. And me just being out here, I'm treated like family. Like whenever I go to some festival, like dudes be like people be like offering me like drinks, like some chicks like hoda and shit. And maybe like me, you can tell the difference just by the body mannerisms from a mile away. If I went to Florida, I would spot a Miccosukee Indian from Big Cypress from Mestizo, of course, and it's all shout out to the Miccosukee though, shout out to Miccosukee, and shout out to Seminole. Definitely. I mean, even like it's so obvious to me. Even like when the mestizos be like majority indigenous, like there's no comparing that to like, because like I said, we got a lot of indigenous Mexicans, a lot of Oaxaqueños, a lot of people from Puebla, and like they always come like in big groups when they go out to the flea market, and you can just tell they straight up full blood. Like the way their hair stands up, the way their height, their skin, their eyes, you can just tell they're not mestizos. And you lean in, you gonna hear them speaking some Indio language, so that's another sign right there. I used to tell my ex that sometimes it actually in the way we carry ourselves, and I think that's why I be called out like people know that I'm a gringo out here because even though I could dress in my Ecuadorian stuff, but people like I don't know, I guess like my mannerisms or whatever give off that I'm gringo or the way that I talk or walk or anything. So yeah, definitely. Mestizos and Indian people hold themselves differently, I guess. Mestizos and Indian, from by the way that they talk, I could tell if they're Indian. Well, obviously, I'm gonna be seeing them if I'm gonna hear them talking. But like indigenous, like honestly, like full blood indigenous people, they got accents. They got accents. I haven't met one that doesn't have an accent, and I don't really know how to describe. But like out here in the Sierra de Ecuador, they really have a high pitched voice. It's really high tone. Like even like my Kitukara friends, like the Kitukara haven't been speaking an indigenous language for the longest time, and they're still full blood though, and I can like their voice sounds so fucking indigenous. It sounds so Andean indigenous. It's like very high pitched. Doesn't sound like a mestizo voice. I could tell the difference. Like I mean, same with like every other race. Like I can tell when a black person is talking, even if they're like Latinos or from USA, whatever, Africa. I could tell when it's a black person talking. Not even Mexicans can tell trying to speak Spanish to a Navajo Indian fetus. I've heard a lot of stories from like I got a good Navajo friend. She like sent me a Pendleton blanket. It's in Florida though, but shout out to her. I love you, Lakeisha. Rest in peace. Her Nali, her grandmother. Rest in peace. She died recently. Shout out all love to my Navajo friend, all love to the Lenin people. And let's see. Now, yeah, a lot of course, a lot of. I heard this one story online from like Facebook of this like I'm pretty sure he was Apache or like Navajo, and these Mexicans were like, he got jumped by these Mexicans who were like telling him to like accept that he's Mexican, call himself Mexican. He's like, no, I'm Apache or whatever. And Mexicans be like that. I mean, a lot of Latinos be like that because my it's typical. Latinos aren't used to seeing Native Americans, so when they see a Native American, whether they're from Canada or USA or whatever, they're just gonna think, oh, they're Latino, and they'll speak to them in Spanish. And that's funny. Like I saw my ex in this one comment section, whatever. This one time, she was speaking to this Canadian Indian woman in Spanish. She was like talking to her in Spanish, like she was arguing with her, but like in Spanish. I'm like, she from Canada, bro. She Indian. Like, so like yeah, definitely a lot of Latinos aren't aware that there are Native Americans and Native Canadians, and it's like, oh, they like us. They like us. They're just somewhere, yeah, they're us. So odd I can see so odd I can see too. So odd I can too. I have seen three family. I have seen three a family, and I knew even though they spoke Spanish, and I can tell this not knowing my Spanish. Yes, I mean, yeah. There's definitely. I mean, there's a lot of indigenous immigrants from Latin America to USA. They can be scattered all over USA. And you can tell the difference. It's their body shape, their height, their faces, their features, their hair, just the way their hair stands up. Like you ever see like a real straight up Indio with straight hair? Well, they all have straight hair. That's not. I'm with short hair, like it just stands straight up. But it's like, 'cause that's what I noticed when I was like in Florida and shit. And no, like Indio hair is very like that's some really thick hair. Like when they cut their hair short, that shit like stands straight up. Like my shit just go down. Like so you can tell the difference. A lot of things give it away. Subtle things like that. But yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of like. Oh yeah, and another thing in South Florida too. What I love about the indigenous people that we got out there, they still carry their babies on their back. Like they still carry their babies on their back, like all of our indigenous people do out here in Latin America. And that's a beautiful thing. Like even if they ain't dressing traditionally, they still carry their babies on their back, like it's like with like a sheet. You know how they do it. My dad's family is from the High Sierra. His body color is super dark, got a blush shine, but my mom is from the valley. They are dark. I came out in between, but too long in the sun, I get that blushes tint. And you know what? A lot of indigenous people got that like blush tint. I think I know what you're talking about. But like I met a lot of like indigenous people out here in Ecuador. They got like they'll get like a red like it looks like they're all blushing type stuff like like on their face. It's not cute though. That's a good look. Um, but yeah. Definitely. I like all the Terra Humanas I've seen like online, like videos and stuff. They've been mad dark, but I mean, like y'all like from the deserts, right? So makes sense that y'all so dark. And the same thing out here. Like you can like Itucaras today are so fucking like mad dark, like super dark. But then you go to like the Amazon or like Sachila territory, and they're mad light. Their indigenas are mad light. And our mestizos, our cholos are darker than them. That's one thing that my grandpa said. Like our cholos quiteños are darker than them. So yeah, definitely. I don't know why people act like Native Americans are just like one skin color, one skin tone. It's not. It's not like that. Definitely not. It depends too. And you could tell the difference when they're full blood and they have light skin, and when they're mixed and they have dark skin. Like I couldn't confuse a dark ass mestizo for an indigena. I wouldn't confuse a light skinned indigena for a mestizo. You could tell the difference. I don't know why people like a lot of people. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, cause I seen people say that like I seen even these one like Otavaleños whatever they were like commenting like it's on Facebook. I forgot a while ago, but they were like, "Are you sure they indigenous?" It was like a really dark one. They had like lighter skin, but you could tell. Yeah, but yeah, indigenous people unique, diverse. Not everybody got the same skin tone. Not all of them got the same skin tone. The Miccosukee are mad dark. The Seminole are mad dark too. And yeah, pretty much all the Mexican Indians I've seen in Florida are mad dark too. So Oaxaqueños, all that. Everybody from Puebla, they mad dark. I don't even know that many like light Mexican Indians I've ever seen. But in the Amazon, you'll see a lot of lighter people. It depends who though. But yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. I try my phone, but yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's been great. It's been great talking to y'all. I'm gonna try to like that street here in Guatemala is made fun of by the Latinos. Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about. Shit, I can't even get out of this bit now. But hold on, okay. That street here in Guatemala is made fun of by the Latinos, non-indigenous. They call the Indian guys the ones with the pelos parados. Bro, straight up, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, thank you. I'm fucking glad that I'm not the only one who fucking noticed that shit, bro. Cause it's straight up like that. Whenever like Indians got short hair, it's just straight up like that ass. Like that's one thing that really intrigued me. Cause like I mean, it's just one little thing you notice, you know. But I've talked to a lot of Latinos and a lot of indigenous Guatemalans online. Like I remember I had this one app on my phone that I would like connect with like people from different countries and like you could just video chat them. And I got connected with this group of Guatemalans. This one time they were all Latinos, and I'm like, because earlier that day I asked this Latina, I'm like, on like WhatsApp, I was talking about like Latino and Mayan issues. I'm like, y'all get along, and she's like, no, Mayans be discriminating against us. And I've heard another Latino say something like that too. But then I got into this chat with all these Latinos, and I'm like, so what's up, y'all? Do Latinos face racism from Mayans? And they were like, no, we're the ones who are racist. And I love when people are straight up with it. And I remember this one time I had asked this Latino, I'm like, do you like Mayans? Like, nah, I'm better than them because I'm Latino. So there's a lot of racism from Latinos to Mayans, and I've read a lot of articles written by Mayans, and they just describe Latinos as like non-indigenous, like they have nothing to do with the Mayans, and even though they're mestizos and all that, they see them all as the same. And again, on my video that I did about having Native American blood don't make you Native American, a Guatemalan Mayan commented, and he used the term that they call all non-Mayan people out there. And Latinos and Mayans, that's always been an interesting topic to me, especially like knowing the little bits about their history that I do, like all the genocide they faced from their dictatorship in the 80s and 90s and all that. Like after I learned about that, I'm like, that shit's like, I wanted to learn more. I wanted, like, whenever I talk to a Guatemalan, I bring it up, and most Guatemalans, unless they're like straight up Americans, they're gonna know about a little bit about that. And there's definitely a lot of racism from Latinos to Mayans, and I've seen a lot of them call them just ugly, or talk a lot of shit, so basic, like it's like in every Latin American country where there's mestizos and Indios, there's going to be racism from the mestizos. And but yeah, I love when I stumble on to a Guatemalteco and I'm able to talk about that for sure. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's sad. I mean, like, but I mean, every country got their got their things. Like in USA, it's like black and white, and the Hispanic issue. But it's mainly like a black and white racial thing. In Latin America, it's obviously gonna be like racism between mestizos and indigenous people, since we don't really got that many white people left, really. And bro, just for you, I'm gonna go on my freezer right now. Just for you, bro. I don't do this for nobody. Just cause you asked me. Okay, you ever eat cuy? If you are Maya in Guatemala, they may not let you in a restaurant. If you're if you are Maya in Guatemala, they may not let you into a restaurant, and they cheat them when they work for Latinos, or pay them cheap for their crafts. That's fucked up. Like it's like that here too. Like a lot of people want to be cheapskates when it comes to like indigenous crafts, but I pay respect. I pay whatever the fuck price they tell me to pay, because it takes a long time to make these shits. Like I bought up a lot of indigenous crafts, but I eat cuy all the time. I'm sorry, street crafts, bro. But I eat cuy all the time. I'm gonna just show you. I don't even think I want to like take it out or nothing, but my freezer is full with cuys. Like I eat cuy all the time. That's one of my favorite food. Like I heard something. Somebody might be breaking into my house. I might need to get my machete, but hold up. straight. All right, this is cuy. This is like cuy skin and heads right there. That bag is cuy. I got a whole lot of cuy. I must got like there's some more cuy back there. I got a bunch of cuy in my fridge. I eat cuy all the time. I love cuy. That's one of my favorite foods. That's one of my favorite foods. It's really good. It's healthy, low in cholesterol, low in fat. Cui's mad delicious. I've never eaten llama, but in Cotopaxi, Ecuador, they eat llama, and I'm definitely gonna try like a llama burger one day. That's how they serve it. And estofado de llama, I think. No, but cuy is the best. Cuy is delicious. Hey, we eat squirrel and prairie dog. I'm assuming that because I'm assuming that most rodents are gonna taste similar. So cuy will definitely taste. Everybody tells me that cuy tastes like rabbit. So I've never eaten rabbit, but everybody says that. So I'm pretty sure that rodents taste similar. And my grandfather has eaten not capybara, but another rodent from the Amazon, and he said that it tastes like cuy. So yes, definitely. I'm assuming that prairie dog and squirrel would taste similar to cuy. And llama, I don't know. The people that I've spoken to that eat llama, they just say it tastes like kind of like beef, like a lean beef, I guess. But I gotta try myself. I can't just. I tried like, I'm from South Florida. I tried alligator. I tried frog legs. And cuy. I never anything. Oh, and some buffalo before, but it was just like ground buffalo meat, so that wasn't like the full experience. But cuy is bomb. Cuy is bomb as fuck. Anybody who ever visits Ecuador, Peru, or Bolivia, if you don't try cuy, you missing out. And people shouldn't be freaked out by it. It's just an animal. People like if you're not vegan or whatever, like you be eating pigs and chickens and cows. So like fuck, give it a chance. I don't know why people gotta like. There's not even people out here who be like, I don't eat cuy. Like they're too high class. Like that's some Indio shit. A lot of people say stupid shit like that. Like that's Indio food. And even my grandfather, he like called it. I was like, you're missing out. Like who gives a fuck if it's Indian food? That's just bomb. Like cuy's really good. Like my friend Tahelia Amawa, my Kitukara friend, Ana Rumincucho, she makes the best fucking cuy I've ever eaten. It was like roasted on the oven. No, but like on the grill. But the skin was so crunchy and like she uses achote. That's just delicious. And also in Ambato, Ecuador, bomb ass cuy. This one restaurant I always eat at when I go out to Ambato. They do it like rotisserie style though. I took this cute ass picture there. The lady like stood up and like she was rotisserie style in the cuy, and cuy is amazing. Cuy is a great food. They usually serve with like papas and salsa de maní. A1, A1. That's some really bomb food right there. That's really good. It's healthy. It's lean. You know, if you're really hungry, you could eat a whole cuy and you're not gonna get filled up. But do not. If you want to eat cuy in Ecuador, you got to go to a rural area. You got to go to a rural area, and I don't know if any of y'all ever gonna come to Ecuador, but if you do and you want to try cuy, go to Mercado. It's called Ofelia, whatever. Just go to Quito and be like, "Where's Ofelia, the market, whatever," and they'll take you there. They sell you cuys for mad cheap. But if you go to a touristy area, they're gonna charge you like $25 a cuy, and you could get a big ass cuy for $12, and they'll give you some small ass cuy for $25 at a touristy area in the restaurant like Mitad del Mundo out here. So you definitely gotta go to a rural area, buy the cuy off the people, and just get a little cook it for you. I would try it, but Amazonian tribes eat maybe stuff I wouldn't eat, like spider monkeys, capybaras, but would eat piranha. Okay, so like I could tell you all about the Amazon. You could like my grandfather's been all over Ecuador because he was in the army. Well, he was in like military school, so he traveled all over Ecuador. He's eaten tapir. I don't know. I don't know how to describe the animal. You'd have to like TAPIR, but like it was served at this restaurant in the Amazon, and they were just like, "Oh, we're having I forgot whatever random dish that's usually just made out of like cow meat, right?" But my grandpa was like, "Oh, where's the bathroom?" And you got to pass the restaurant, and you got to pass like the cooking room to like. You gotta pass the kitchen. You gotta pass the kitchen to get to the bathroom. And my grandfather saw a fucking big ass tapir hanging by its tail, and he's like, that shit was still good though. Like he wasn't fucked up by it. It was still good. So there's a lot of they eat everything in the Amazon. They eat everything. And one thing I do want to try when I go to this Amazon is chontacuro, which are these big like larvae, like these beetle larvae that are big as fuck. And they like fry. No, they like I rotisserie style, like over the fire. I really want to try it though. Everybody I talked to said that it's just like really good. I really want to try chontakuro. Chontakuro, right? Yeah. So that's like a big old beetle larva, but my friend said it tastes like lobster, and I want to try it myself. But when I go out to the Amazon, though, I'm a bit away from the Amazon. But my cousins that I had just met in Ambato hit me up. They're like, no, but when I was out there, I was in Baños, mad beautiful. Baños is like a big ass tourist attraction, but like they live right by this waterfall. It's gorgeous and this huge mountain. So, but when I was out there, like, yo, we can go to the Amazon. You want to come with us? Like one of these days, we're gonna go and we'll hit you up. We'll call you. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this. I'm definitely gonna go to the Amazon soon enough, and I want to try a lot of food that I've never tried before. But I don't know about monkeys. I think I might feel a little bit way about monkeys because I mean they kind of like humans a little bit. So I don't know, but it's all love. Our Indians show love. Like you could see like a lot of Amazonian tribes they like breastfeed like like animals from the Amazon and like monkeys. I've seen them breastfeed like a lot of weird animals, and so they love them. They love those animals. It's all love for them. But I mean, it still get kind of gives me I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I know. I read a lot about Amazonian tribes in many real documentaries. Amazonian tribes are badass. A bit strange, but I guess native are all different, bro. Like Amazonian tribes are badass as fuck. That is no exaggeration. Like there's this one tribe, like one of Ecuador's most famous tribes. I'm gonna actually get a postcard right now so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Cause because y'all gotta see. I don't know if y'all heard about like head shrinking tribes. The for who the like the Shuar. They're also called like Jibaros. I think these are the postcards. But they shrink head. No, these aren't fucking postcards. Goddamn it. Okay, but they shrink. Oh yes, it is. Okay, wait. What is this? This is Guarani again. Stupid ass Mexican and Ecuadorian mestizo. Half Salvadorian dude said that the Guarani are Incas. This is not what Incas dress like. You go to Cusco, Peru, nobody dresses like this. These are Guarani. They're Amazonian people, nothing to do with the Incas. But I'm gonna show you the tribe that shrinks head. Here's a shrunken head. This is a real shrunken head. Here we go. This is called Sansa. That's what the tradition is called. But the Inca tried to conquer this tribe. They got they got fucked up. They could never conquer this tribe. The Spaniards couldn't conquer this tribe. Spaniards couldn't conquer this tribe. Incas couldn't conquer this tribe. So yes, Amazonians are badass and nobody to fuck with. They shrink human heads. Look at this. Well, this is only like our tribe, but these are the Shuar, and they shrink human heads. They shrink human. Who would fuck with them? The Incas knew not to fuck with them. They got ran the fuck out. Spaniards didn't fuck with them. Got ran the fuck out. And they're shrunken. I'm pretty sure I've seen like shrunken colonial like Spaniard heads. And these are the Indians I want to visit soon. These are the Sachula. That's their like colonial name, Colorados, but they're called Sachila in their own community, and they only identify as Sachila now. You'll never see anybody saying Colorados, but they pump their hair red with achote. And I think I got some Shuar here. No, these are Guaranis. These are Guaranis. But yeah, again, these people have nothing to do with Inca culture. That dude is so fucking dumb. But let me just because I got all these. This is my Kitukara. He's a great he made this whole entire like museum. Like he's a great sculptor and a great painter, and dude's mad famous worldwide, and he's one of Ecuador's like biggest indigenous painters right now. And these are the ruins that I went on live at a few days ago. Rumicucho, and how much more again Rumicucho. I went live out here. Check out that video. I went live out here, and that's it. That's all the postcards. But this is his museum. If anybody, this is where I had my ayahuasca ceremony. It's a beautiful museum, all done by him. He's Kitukara, and he too, talks about like, being Kitukara, and shit he's fish from mestizo, stuff like that. He talks about, yeah. But so Amazonian tribes, definitely badass. Amazonian tribes I'm gonna fuck with. Respect to the Amazon, respect to the Amazon. And Amazonian people are really badass. The Guarani have nothing to do with Quechua. That guy's an idiot. Hey, you been where the Colorados live? Like how they died there. I've seen, honestly, I haven't been to Santo Domingo de los Colorados, de los Sachilas. But my grandfather, because when he was in the like military school, he was always out there. And back then, they like the women didn't wear clothes. The women walk around topless, and now they wear clothes. But they're beautiful people. They have light skin, and all the men paint their hair red. The women don't do that. They're a really interesting tribe, definitely. And but yeah, the Guarani and this dude, the dude I was talking about, he said that the Guarani and the Sachila are descendants of the Inca. They speak their own language that has nothing to do with Quechua. And I don't know, that's like the same thing how Nicantaca paints over everybody. You can't just paint over all Ecuadorians, all Ecuadorian indigenous people as Quechuas or Incas. They're not. Okay, Quechuas are, that's mainly like on the Sierra, because on the coast they weren't colonized by the Quechuas. They weren't colonized by the Inca. Like my grandmother from the coast, Guayaquil, Ecuador. You know, there's not many fully Huancavilca people there, but everybody like the sense from Huancavilcas. But the Huancavilcas were seafaring people. They had nothing to do with Incas. They were never colonized by the Incas. And again, like then you have tribes like the Cañaris who were colonized by the Incas, but they hated the Incas and they helped overthrow the Incas with the Spaniards. So people cannot leave this out. Like everything was all straight between all indigenous people out here before the Spaniards come. Like it was all kumbaya. Those guys are very traditional. Even they live close in modern towns. Definitely, yeah. A lot of Amazonian people, and such a lot. And like we can't deny that like our indigenous people, like even though they have their own wardrobe and all that, that's obviously that comes from like colonialism and all that, because Indians weren't dressing like that back in the day. I know the Quechua had their own like attire, but it wasn't just like, it's more modernized now. It's not like as traditional as it was before. Like there's a lot of obvious Western influences in a lot of indigenous people's clothing, but definitely Sachila and the Guarani, they dress straight up really traditional. Most of them. So definitely, yeah. I really want to go out to. I've only seen one Sachila man in my life, and he was out here, and I couldn't stop that day because I was going to like some family event. But he was like by the market over here, and he was just like selling some stuff. I really wish I could have stopped that day. But dude was like, he had his hair painted, so obviously that's how I knew. I wouldn't, nothing else would have given it away. But they keep short hair and they dye their hair red with achote seeds, and they're really unique. Again, really beautiful culture. And Ecuador's indigenous people are mad diverse. Just to like paint them over as like all Inca descendants, I all got the same culture. That really doesn't do them justice. There's so much diversity in our own indigenous people's cultures, and but most of our indigenous people speak Quechua because of Tawantinsuyu colonizing Ecuador. But that's not all of them, though. Not all of them speak Quechua. Like the Cañari, they continue speaking Cañari too, but they speak Quechua as well. So, it's actually sad, actually, that, our indigenous languages in a lot of our indigenous language died because of Quechua. And it is, I really feel that way. It would be cool to hear what the Kitukara actually sounded like before Quechua was brought over here. But obviously, there's probably a lot of influence from our indigenous people's languages in the Quechua that they speak. But I don't know. We still keep our dress, but changes from a certain village. But our women, even in the cities, hardly haven't left that dress, and that's a beautiful thing. That's something that this is one like this is one show that's kind of like from Mexico. I forgot what it's called, but it's some Jerry Springer type show, right? And they brought this like mother. I'm pretty sure you could look it up. Like mi mamá is indígena or whatever. I don't know what the video is called. I forgot. But like this daughter of this indigenous Mexican woman, and her mother like dresses all traditional. She wears her braid, and one day the daughter like cut her hair. She like stopped dressing like an Indian, and like the daughter's straight up fucking Indian, and the dude she's marrying is straight up Indian, but they dress modern. And she was like mad racist to the mom and talking all types of shit to her, and and she's like, "You're not coming to my wedding because you dress like an Indian or whatever," and like it's sad when people are like that. Like I really love indigenous like clothing and how indigenous girls be dressing. I think that's so beautiful. To see them in just some stupid ass fucking t-shirt with English text on it, it's like, come on. Who are you showing off to? Who are you showing off to? Like, come on, that shit looks so stupid. It's beautiful when you see like indigenous girls in their like real traditional clothing, and not just some random ass shit they bought at the mall. Like, come on, it's so much beautiful to see them all dressed traditional, and they shouldn't give that up. Like that's another big part of the culture, and definitely, and you should look at this one Ecuadorian like indigenous rap group. It's called like Los Nin, and they're from like way back, like 2009, I think. But I used to listen to them back then, and they were talking about they also rap in Quechua and shit, and they were talking about how like a lot of Otavaleño dudes are like cutting their trenzas or like cutting their braids and trying to act like mestizos or whatever, and you should stop that because like seeing like indigenous people with like their hair, like because indigenous people got the most beautiful hair, like look at this shit looks stupid, like, but like really just like they got some the silkiest, like straight black, like beautiful hair. I don't know why they would not grow it out, like. But a lot of like Ecuadorian cultures besides like Otavaleños, they don't grow their hair out anymore. But I know they did like before colonization. But this it's beautiful to see them with long hair. Even out here, like a lot of there's some Kitukaros who like we having like long braids, and like my tia abuela, she's like the godmother of a Kitukara guy, and he used to have a long braid, but he cut it. Like this shit's so stupid. Like it looks better like that. But I mean, grow your hair however you want. But we're about 120,000 maybe because we are so many. We've been able to keep our language and our culture because we are from an extreme remote region. I mean, that's probably why y'all such good runners. How remote it is, right? But yes, that's cool. I mean, 120,000 is definitely a lot of people. Thank you, Michelle Medina. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yes, that's a lot of people. Yeah, 120,000. That's really cool. Yes, I would love to know more about Tarahumara. I think they're like such an interesting tribe, for sure. Um, but like again, like I said, like all the things that over the Tarahumara is like from movies and documentaries. So I don't and like little posts I've read online. I don't really know much about them. I just know y'all great runners and y'all like wearing like huarachas, whatever. And I remember that one Tarahumara girl like won in this race, I think. And y'all be like having some crazy stamina. Obviously, that's like your ancestors thing. So just that's cool. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, I grew up around a lot of Mexican Indians. Even when I was like, when I was just like learning my history, like I remember this one time, my teacher in like ninth grade, she was like, "So who wants to play the Native Americans and who wants to play the Pilgrims?" And she chose like this white ass dude from Uruguay and this this other white dude to play the Indians. And I said, "You the fuck not." The two other people who were playing it was these two Mexican Indians, my dude Oswaldo and this other Mexican Indian dude. I forgot his name, but oh Sebastian. But dude had long ass hair, like long as fuck, like down to his like belly long, and it was like straight. It's like they were both like straight up Indians, and like really gonna play the Pilgrims. Like, well, that was too much for me. I don't know why they don't call it up, but a woman's traditional dress costs more than any store bought clothes in our state. It's straight. It's like that in Ecuador too. Like the dresses that are like if you go to Otavalo, Ecuador, you can't really buy their stuff like right in the market. They're mad expensive. The dresses are mad expensive. And okay, like I want y'all to check out this YouTuber. I gotta put the plug in for my dude. He makes some of the funniest videos on YouTube. I'm gonna bring up his page right now. But if y'all want to see what some indigenous Ecuadorians look like and dress like from Otavalo, Ecuador. I'm gonna show you. This is my favorite channel, like my favorite Ecuadorian channel by far. They're hilarious. Everybody should check them out. You can relate on simple things. That side of traditional stuff more than teachers. But yes, okay. Look, so everybody subscribe to this channel. I plugged this channel a few times before, but look at this. His name is Marcos Otavalo. He's from Otavalo, Ecuador. Marcos Otavalo, and one of the funniest Ecuadorian YouTubers. They're indigenous from Otavalo. Well, yeah, well, yeah, they make really funny videos. They're hilarious, and you could see how indigenous people dress out there. His girl is mixed, but Tammy is a straight up indigenous woman. She dresses like an indigenous Otavalo woman, and that's a great channel. Everybody should check this out. It's just simple things you can relate to. It's not nothing like serious about indigenous identity or nothing, but they do tackle it. And Tammy has made a lot of good videos. Y'all should look up Tammy on the Marcos Otavalo channel. She made a lot of separate videos with separate indigenous Ecuadorian Otavalian YouTubers, and they addressed issues about like not speaking Quechua. They addressed a lot of great issues on some of her other videos. Great channel, great actors, great YouTubers. Everybody should check them out. Definitely put in the plug for them. So that's not a traditional stuff more than t-shirts. Check my well, I mean like they're traditional like the straight up stuff like what I wear. I don't. Well, I don't wear like straight. This is like you rarely see like indigenous Ecuadorians wearing this. This is something that they just sell at their markets. This is mad cheap. This is just like $12. But like what they wear like with the like what Otavaleñas wear, like what I showed you on Marcos Otavalo's channel, what they dress up in, they are mad expensive. But they're really elegant too. They're really beautiful, and it's cool that they all dress in the same clothing because you could identify, what tribe they're from, and you don't gotta be like, what tribe are they from? You don't gotta think about it twice because you could see the way they're dressed, and you get familiar with it. You be like, oh, okay, she's Saraguro, okay, she's Otavaleña, okay, you'll get used to it like that. And or she's Chebeleo. There's so many indigenous identities, and these are all Quichua people I'm talking about, but they all dress differently. You could identify them with their hats, with their clothing, so it's cool. And shout again, everybody subscribe to Marcos Otavalo. Gotta put the plug in for my dude. If a woman wears modern mestizo clothing, it's seen as poor because she can't afford it. To make her clothing, indigenous clothing, cost a lot because it costs a lot of money to buy all the clothes in time. Yes, yes. I don't know how Tarahumara women be dressing, but I could imagine that it's something similar to out here. You know how expensive it is, but I figured like people from like Otobaleñas, I figured just like their family makes it, obviously. So I think that's why they'll be wearing it. But when you do see people in like Western clothes, just because like they like the style, 'cause like I said, like y'all look up Marcos Otavalo, look up Tammy, just look up Tammy. Just look up her name on YouTube. Well, I mean, not just Tammy. I mean, you gotta look up everything. But I mean, just go to Marcos Otavalo, look at his channel, look at Tammy, and she'll talk about issues like that and some of her older videos on some other channels, and she's like I'm pretty sure she interviewed like this. Well, like she was like asking questions out of Otavalo, and like she's asking this indigenous Otavaleña woman like, why don't you dress in your traditional clothes? Like, oh, I like dressing like this better. So I don't know. People definitely should keep the clothing alive. It depends if you can't afford it. That's understandable too. But you know, I don't know about all that. But I just know it's mad expensive. I just figured like for the Balenciagas, like probably somebody in their family made it. They be looking mad elegant though. Like and they I forgot what it's called. What they put in their hair, but they like keep their hair all wrapped up in like this type of cloth. It's so beautiful though. They like just wrap it up and just keep it to the back. I forgot what this guy feels so stupid. I got it like on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot. But the way that they dress is just so beautiful. The men and the women. The men and the women. The men just keep a long braid down, and the women usually keep their hair in that one thing that I said that I don't remember the name of. And yeah, um, not a lot of indigenous Ecuadorians be growing their hair out though. It's kind of sad. They should. Um, Again, American Indians got the most beautiful hair. But I mean, everybody got their likes. Not everybody's gonna want to have long hair, but the gorgeous they have long hair. And yeah. So everybody, please subscribe to Marcos Otavalo. Show the dude love. Show the dude love. That's a great YouTuber. He's coming up. He's becoming a really big YouTuber. When I found him, he didn't even have 100,000 subs. I got like 203,000. He's blowing up fast, and that should be long and right. To an outsider, can't tell the difference in our dresses, but we can tell them from which village they belong to just by the way they dress. May look the same, but we can tell. Yes, it's like that. I mean, I don't know much about the Tarahumaras, but I could definitely like I can distinguish like some Mexican Indian clothing. You don't really see that much in like South Florida, but there are some who do dress traditional still. And that's beautiful. If you live in abroad and you still dress in the traditional, like another thing, like there's a lot of indigenous Ecuadorians who go out to like they migrate because like older Valenos, they got fucking money. They got money. A lot of them got fucking money to travel and migrate and move all over because they like own shops and all that, and their crafts are like highly sought after. Like shout out to Otovalos. I bought this in Otavalo. This is Diabluma, Ayuma, traditional indigenous mask, and so they make a lot of money off these. Here's a scarf that I bought out there. They make a lot. Okay, so you got the chacanas, you got the llama, you got the mountains, Ecuador. So they make a lot of money off shit like this. So they be traveling. There's a lot that are in Spain, and they still dress traditional in Spain, and they rep and they sell all their like crafts and they play their music. Like when my grandpa went to Spain with my grandmother, he saw an Otavaleño there, and he's like, "Paisano, what you doing here?" And that's cool. So there's a lot of even when they go abroad, a lot of our indigenous people still dress like in their traditional clothing. But again, Otavalo's got money, and that is a big difference between like people from Otavalo, indigenous people from Otavalo, and other indigenous people. Otavaleños got more money than most of our indigenous people. They definitely get a lot of money. There's so much tourism there. They sell so many crafts to people from all over Europe, all over USA, Canada, whatever. They be coming out here to buy stuff from them, so they got money, and that's a big difference between people from like rural areas, like definitely a big difference between like a Notavaleño and a Sachila and like a Guarani. They don't really make that much money off of tourism and their crafts and stuff like that. Otavaleños got money. That's another thing that I didn't realize that I wasn't thinking about. I don't think like Tarahumara got it made like Otavalos, because like Otavaleños got like the biggest indigenous market in South America, if I'm not mistaken, and they make bank. They make bank. They really do. They got money. They got money. So they're our most prosperous indigenous community. In the Western view of things, like they got a lot of money, whatever. But yeah, that's another thing I wasn't thinking about. Hey, but I have a problem with non-indigenous sell knockoff crafts they made by claiming to be authentic indigenous made. Native people need to put copyright, bro. I swear to God, I shit you not. You can go back on my other videos. I haven't made a video strictly on this topic, but I have mentioned this before. It was something my grandmother mentioned to me. I'm like, yo, I feel the same way. I wasn't even thinking about it like that. Like my grandmother's the same mix as me, because she's mostly Spanish and all that. But she's like, because when we go out to like Mercado Artesanal, where there's a lot of Otavaleños who be selling their crafts, but there's also a lot of mestizos who be selling shit that they make or selling indigenous crafts. My grandma's like, I remember my grandma saw something that she really liked, and then this fucking fat ass mestizo dude came out, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't think we'll got this." Like she didn't like buying it because it was from a fucking mestizo, and I feel the same way. I honestly always have felt that way. I've always felt that way. Like when I'm buying indigenous crafts, I want it to be from an indigenous person, and I don't mean to be racist to mestizos or anything. I mean, like I know I'm mestizo too on mix or whatever, but I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. I don't think I don't think that's their. I think they should not do that. I don't know. I know in USA it's worse. Because when I was in South Florida, you'll see a lot of white people selling indigenous shit, and I would just be like, "Yo, you Native American?" Like, no. But in USA it's worse. Because it's fucking straight up white people selling it. But even out here, when it's just mestizos selling native crafts and random shit that they make, you'll see some hippie ass mestizo people like selling like these little chains and bracelets they made, and I'm just like, I'm good, But that's a problem everywhere. Indigenous crafts are beautiful things, So obviously a lot of people want to bite that. But when I was in South Florida, fuck, that shit was horrible. You'll always see these like random ass white Americans selling it, and I asked this dude, I'm like, "Are you Native American?" He's like, "I'm like 1/8 Cherokee." Whatever the same shit they all be saying. And you'll see a lot of that in Florida, definitely a lot of white people selling Native American crafts, and that's awful. But even out here in Ecuador, I'd rather buy it from a real indigenous person. And I don't know, I feel more because it's their shit, it's their crafts, it's the shit that they make. I mean, like, I don't know. No hate though, but I'm just saying, like, it's just something I felt more comfortable with. It's my familiar as people. I think this bag right here is filled with a lot of like shit that I bought. I don't know. I like buying a lot of random shit. Like it's so addictive, and they all come up to you like, "Oye, mire, ven, mira, ¿qué estás buscando?" They so fucking cariñoso. Like how you even say no to them, I don't know. That's why I always be coming out with like hundreds when I go out to the market. It's hard to say no to them. I just got some random shit in here. I was supposed to give this to somebody. This is like a good example. This is made from like tawa seeds. This is like they make a lot of crafts out of tawa seeds, but this is like some bracelet I bought for someone. These are like little llamas. These are typical crafts they sell out here. Again, this is from tawa seed. This is beautiful. They make a lot of crafts out of tawa seeds. Again, another out of tawa. I'm pretty sure I'll say this is just like a map of Ecuador. Oh, they also be selling like dream catchers and a lot of a lot of people sell dream catchers out here. And again from Tawa. I bought these all in Guayaquil, but from all the Baleños too. So yeah, just some random shit. They just people make a lot of stuff. This is just some little example. I seen in Mexico cheap Andean cap you showed with llamas living on it, saying it was alpaca and vicuña, but it was cheap cotton yarn and didn't buy it. I'm pretty sure I got like I got a real I got a real alpaca. Oh, this is from alpaca, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is like alpaca or something. But I got a lot of stuff made from alpaca. I could buy like jackets made out of alpaca and sweaters made, but they are so like it's so hot. Like I can't bear it with it. Oh, again, this is another little flute. So our indigenous people sell a lot of little crafts, and these just go for like $1. But you figure like, $1 for like hundreds of things every day. Like they make mad money. They make good money, and they have a lot of great crafts and great quality stuff. And they ask for very little for like really great stuff. So um, I don't like when tourists be like going down on it. And another thing I don't like that I heard like one of my Mexican friends, one of my favorite Mexican American artists, so Tommy V, shout out Tommy V, I love you. From Underground Cali rap. But I was talking to him a few times, and I was like, he was telling me about in Mexico because I had made posts about in 2014 how I like whenever I see like homeless indigenous people, whatever homeless people, I always give them money when I'm out here, and tourists will walk right past them. And he said the same thing like when he goes out to Michoacan because that's from Michoacan. Like whenever like tourists see like some poor people, they just like shoo them away. I mean, you in their city, man. Pay them some love. I mean, shit, they homeless for they got no shoes on. Like they look. I don't know. I always felt for people like that. Like you'll see a lot of people with no shoes on, homeless, asking for money. It's like tourists should not be cheap. You out here, you got money, so. But yeah, I don't, and a lot of tourists be like asking to like lower the price. Pay the fucking price they ask you, man. Pay the price they ask you. You got the money. But I usually be getting discounts, so I'm good. But that's just cause like I buy a lot of stuff. But like these shirts, they could sell to like tourists for like $18. I've seen, but like I've been getting them now like 12 a lot of times. Also, they buy crafts from US and super cheap from the US and take it to the US and sell it out 10 times more. Our people are poor and hate when they cheap pay our stuff to make crazy profit in museums. Definitely. I mean, that's a problem. I mean, like, and definitely, bro, like, there's a lot of like stores out here in Ecuador. Like, you could go to like a mall, and there's a lot of stores that'll they'll sell like indigenous crafts, like basic shit that you could get any indigenous market, but they'll sell it for like $50 for something that's supposed to be $10. It looks like mad expensive. They do that a lot here. Like I only buy from like straight up authentic like markets. Whereas I hate when they like quadruple the price, not even more than that. But and they selling the same crafts, but it's got a tag on it, so it's bad. I walked into one store like that. I knew I wasn't gonna buy shit there, but I just looked at the price. I'm like, holy fuck! Like hold up, let me show you an example. Like this hat right here, I'm pretty sure like call it chuja, whatever. This is like flip. Like this has two sides to it, but you just flip it. You pick what color you want. You show the other one inside. I saw this hat, this fucking hat. It wasn't even this good looking for like $50 in that place. I'm like, what the fuck? This shit cost me $5. So that definitely happens a lot here, and I don't know. I've never really bought no South American or like native Latin American crafts anywhere in USA besides from like flea markets, swap shops. So they're always mad cheap, and that's really cool too. Seeing so like, I always buy like little Indio picaros from like Chile, which is like this little Mapuche dude. Like you lift him up and like his dangling comes. It's funny, but nah. But that's and then I bought some stuff from some Bolivian lady this one time at the flea market. I never really seen them in stores like that, but in Ecuador, yeah, I've seen a lot of indigenous crafts in stores being sold for way more than they're supposed to cost. So that's that. Yeah, I don't know. That's a problem. Definitely that's a problem. And no reason you shouldn't buy from the real people, and they'll probably give you the best deal. A lot of these like motherfuckers will charge you way more expensive. I see Amazon things $2 from US and sell it on Amazon $12, whatever. Yeah. I've seen a lot of like that one website, it's see whatever, I don't know, where they be selling like random crafts made by people. Like I see a lot of like white people making native crafts and selling them for like mad expensive. Because I get beautiful native jewelry out here, like beautiful jewelry from like native places to like give to people, and like beautiful necklaces, beautiful bracelets for like mad cheap, and like, but like you'll see the same type of stuff made by some random ass people sold for like so expensive. So like I don't know, it's what it is, you know. Yeah, that's a robbery for sure. People are fucked up, and yeah. It's always better to buy from the source. It's always better to just buy from the source. You know, I don't. Yeah, I would never buy this kind of stuff at the mall or nothing. But well, these shirts, like you can only buy like this shirt is mad beautiful, and I got a lot of shirts like this. It's mad beautiful. I love this, and like our ex president, like not a lot of people like him, but I don't care. Like he wore I don't really know much about him, so I can't say. But he wore a lot of these, you know, these bordados. These are mad comfortable. They light. They feel they're great quality. But all my cousins will be like wearing polo and shit that they bought when they were on trips to USA, and they feel all fancy and shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm actually from USA. I'm not going. I'm not just gonna be like. I mean, I wore polo when I was out there, but you know, as soon as I got a hand on this clothes, I didn't want to wear no polo no more. And just want everything designer. I want to look fancy. But I mean, these people make some good shit too. I don't know why people can't support them like that. But it's what it is. Then what time is this shit? It was 4 a.m. already. Goddamn. I forgot that New Year's was like hours ago. Oh shit. Shout out 2019. 2019 will be January 1st. Oh damn. Hold on a minute. But yeah. Yep. Ecuador is really nice though. We deserve way more tourist attraction than we get, but which I mean, Ecuador do got a lot of tourist attraction, but like people just go to like some. And this is what I really want to do on my channel. Another thing I want to do, because like our motto in San Antonio de Pichincha is like, well, mitad del mundo, whatever you want to call this place that I live. Our motto is like when you come in here, it's just like más que un monumento, and like I want to show that. I want to show that. Um, I really want to show that San Antonio de Pichincha really is más que un monumento. That's why I went to Rumicucho. So I showed the Inca ruins, and soon, one of these days, as soon as I wake up at like 6 in the morning, I'm gonna go hiking up to the real middle of the world, and I'm gonna turn on my other phone. I gotta like buy the new chip. I'm gonna show y'all the real middle of the world. It was an archaeological site founded by the Kitukara people hundreds of years before Europeans came out here. Because a lot of people be like thinking mitad del mundo is the real middle of the world, but it has been proven that that is not the real middle of the world. That is not latitude 000. And I want to show y'all what the real middle of the world is, and how the Kitukara people, because they were astronomers, they were, you know, they knew this land like the back of their fucking hand. They were here for thousands of years, so like they knew it more than these Europeans that came over here. And like this is the middle of the world, and they were way off. But the Kitukara knew this hundreds of years before Europeans came. And I'm gonna show you. I gotta go hiking up 2 mountains, and the road's really fucked up, but I'm gonna still do it. I'm gonna still do it. One of these days, I'm gonna wake up real early. I'm gonna go on live. I'm gonna hike up there. Y'all gonna see the real middle of the world, and y'all gonna see the beautiful eyes really good see, because you see all the Quito, all the Pichincha. Basically, it's a beautiful view. And I talked to my Quito friend about that, and I talked to my fucking mestizo, the husband of my aunt, and he's just like, oh, they didn't know. He didn't know the fuck Quito Cararama. Shut your stupid ass up. I really hate mestizos who be like thinking they know everything, and they just want to hate on Indios. No, the Quito Cara knew way before the French came out here. So we definitely go out there. I'm gonna show you that mitad del mundo es más que un monumento. For sure. Okay, so like your channel, I subscribe, I buy crafts from my aunt when I visit, I pay them a good price. If I sell them in US, I don't ask for too much more. And that's what's up, bro. That's you showing my respect. Oh, and thank you for subscribing and liking my channel. Thank you so much for staying on this live for me so long. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your comments. It's always great, you know, hearing feedback from religious people or stuff like that. And that's great that you respect your family. And their crafts and you don't try to like exploit that, that's great. That's really respectable. That's what's up, bro. Thank you so much for sharing all that. Shout out to the Tarahumara people again. Shout out to y'all. And yes, thank you so much for watching the comment and all that. And yeah, but definitely that's what I want to do with this channel right now. Cause I'm gonna take y'all on my little adventure, but I already showed Rumicucho, the Inca ruins of Rumicucho, and I'm gonna show y'all Catequilla, which is the real middle of the world, founded hundreds of years before Europeans came out here. Founded way more accurately because it's latitude 000 for real. Founded by the Quito Guarda hundreds of years before the French came out here, because the French are the ones who founded Mitad del Mundo. And like my Quito Guarda friend said, that's just a monument for the French. That's all. That's just a memory of them. That's it. But I'm definitely gonna go hiking back up Catequilla one of these days. I can't tell y'all when, but I'm going to. I'm gonna hop on live. Y'all gonna see. I'm gonna hike up to Catequilla. Hiking up to the middle of the world is what I call it, because one of my subscribers told me to call it. Shout out Angel. And I'm gonna definitely do that. You're gonna see the real middle of the world. It's just like this little circular little archaeological site, but there's also they put this new monument with like a bunch of chicanas stack up. So like chicanas just like this symbol is like popular in a lot of Native American cultures, but this is so it's just like a huge metal stack of that. That way people could see, bring more tourist attraction. But I'm definitely gonna be hiking up there again. And I'm gonna show you all this time because I wasn't really making YouTube videos when I did that. I hiked up there 3 times before. It's a long fucking hike. You get mad tired. I'm gonna have to bring mad water up there, but I'm gonna do it. Y'all gonna see what it's like. And I want people to know Mitad del Mundo, Santo de Pichincha, we're more than just the monument. People should come out here and they should actually check out. Like, there's a lot of people who would be like on that touristy, they hand out flyers and the same shit. But honestly, it's better when you do it on your own. And for me, I've never took no tourist trip like that in this city. I do it all on my own. I walk by myself. I go up there hiking up by myself. I go to Rumicucho. Sometimes I took a taxi because it's kind of far. But I have to hike up here. You can't take a car up there no more because the road got fucked up. One day it was downpouring really hard, raining really hard, and the road got mad fucked up. So I'm gonna have. But I've only ever went up there walking. One time I went in taxi, but I prefer going up there walking. It's a long walk. It's a long hike. It's really steep. I'm sweating like a motherfucker. You feel so hot, but by the time you get to the top, it is so cold, and you just feel fucking freezing because you're soaking wet because all that sweat that's on you. And then you just have. I'm gonna bring another jacket. I'm gonna bring a jacket to keep my ass warm because it's a long walk, and I'm gonna do that. Show y'all. Take y'all with me. Take y'all with me. Check it out. Y'all ready? I mean, if y'all seen my Rumicucho Inca Ruins a vlog, whatever live that I did. Hope y'all enjoyed that. One day I'm gonna go back to show y'all the museum because I don't really know what everything means, but I know very little about Rumicucho. I just know that it was like a Inca fort military type thing, and how virgins were offered to the Inca in this one spot, and little things like that. Not as much as I should know, but y'all gonna see. There's some more like archaeological type stuff that I want to show on this channel. I took some videos when I went to what's it called? Damn. Oh shit. Okay, my bag says. Where's my bag? Where's my bag? This one little bag I got. Where is it? Shit, I have a bad memory. But there's this one because like the Quito Cara had. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Okay. Cochasqui, Ecuador. Cochasqui is like a pyramid site made by the Quito Cara. Like they made a bunch of pyramids, really big pyramids, but they're all covered by they're all covered now. They're all covered by like grass and shit. But it's a beautiful place and you could see all the structures, but like they're covered in grass. But I'm gonna go out there again one day. Y'all wanna see. I took a lot of videos on that. I gotta see if I can upload. I'm gonna try to upload them, but there's a lot of beautiful archaeological sites to see in Ecuador. Because when people think of like Ecuadorian ruins, they just think about like Inca Pirca. And I did videos in Inca Pirca too. Inca Pirca is like Cañari and Inca ruins out in Cañar, Ecuador, and Cuenca, Ecuador. And but there's way more ruins out here. Way more. I seen some, man. Fuck, where was it? I forgot, but there's a lot of ruins that I seen out here in Ecuador. And I don't like how they be calling them ruins, but you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. Ancient sites, whatever. So there's definitely a lot to check out here. There's a lot that's slept on, a lot of people don't know about. And I like to show people that I like to show people outside of Ecuador that that don't get a lot of touristy attractions, because you can find plenty of videos on Inca Pirca, I'm sure, but there's not a lot on Cataquilla or like Rumicucho. I'm sure there's got plenty, but there's a lot of sites that are slept on out here in Ecuador, and we'll show y'all some of that. And yeah, you can't. I don't know. Some colonial churches, like, I mean, they be filled with gold. I mean, like, I don't really like how they got to that. I mean, but like, there's this one church and Quito, whatever. Like, the entire inside is filled with like real gold. That's fucking wild. Like the Spaniards, like, but they like told Roman Yahweh, they're like, bro, give us all. But they told like Atahualpa, like, yo, give us all your gold and we'll let you free. And was like, yo, everybody, get all the gold and they're gonna let me free. And then they brought gold from all over Toantinsuyu. And Spaniards like, hey, by the way, we still gonna kill you, but thanks for the gold though. So they brought a lot of that back to Europe and put a lot of them in the churches. It's still interesting history. I mean, it's fucked up, but I mean, it's something that where else you gonna see that? And but you can't record in there, so fuck it. But there's a lot of cool shit to see in Ecuador, and not like the typical touristy attraction stuff. There's a lot of great stuff to see, and just the communities in general are really cool. Another good food is really cheap out here in Ecuador. You could go grocery shopping like in local markets. You go with a pocket of $20, you won't have a full fridge for like at least 2 weeks. So you can buy a lot of fresh produce. Like any amount of fruit is like $1. You could buy 3 pineapples for $1. Like, come on, like you went where else you want to do like that? And food's cheap. Food's great too. I like the ruins, but don't be like others. The ancestors, the people who built them, are still living right there. Like in Mexico, they show the ruins, but never the Indians who are there. Their people made. Well, that's why I like. If you can check out my video on Rumi Cucho, where I said like go check out Inca ruins, because like that's where my two Kitukara friends live right there. They live right there in the ruins. They live right there in Rumikucho in the ruins. Like, I'm great friends with them. And like I told you, man, they gave me this book for free because I'm a great friend. This is like a really like professional book made by them and other people in their community, and a really great book. And that's why you gotta pay respects to the people who made them that are still there. And that's another great thing that a lot of people just be like, oh, I just want to check out the ruins. But you gotta pay respect to the people that are still there. So that's why whenever I go out there, well, I mean, I'm really great friends with them. I'm really good. Like remember how I just said that pineapples like $1 for three. I always be giving her pineapples whenever I buy them. I always go over to a restaurant. Like I said, I told her husband he could put like his friends like political flyer type shit in my house, like on the outside of it. So definitely, you gotta pay the real people from their respect, because they are living people. I was made by the Kitukara when they were colonized with the Inca, and my Kitukara friends are still Kitukara today. So I pay them respect. I pay them love, and you could see, like in my video, you could see it's just genuine love. Like when I first when I first got to the place, I asked my friend Tahilia, my friend, I'm like, yo, I need a drink real quick. I need a drink real quick, and then yo, yeah, that's what's up. And then I show her my passport. Like, it's all love. She treats me like family. For real, she treats me like family. I love them. But yeah, thank you for being on for so long, bro. Good night. Happy New Year. Have a good 2019. Thank you for staying on. Thank you for all your comments and sharing everything you share. Thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, stay tuned, bro. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you. Yeah. So you get to see it's just genuine respect and love between me and my friends out there in Ramagucho. I always be going to a restaurant. She has really good food. Like, I don't know who likes seafood, but like she gives me, like, you get a whole plate of fresh fish. Like, you pick the fish you want, instead of fresh water and all that, and then she cooks that up with some yuca and some tostones, some patagones, and you get like some cebollado or some, like, pico de gallo type shit, and you get some ají, hot sauce, and oh yes, thank you for saying yes. I hate how a lot of like pseudoscientists, that's white folks, be yeah, and UFOs didn't make those structures, but those people that live there, they're real. Yes, the real indigenous people, of course. I hate when people claim that. I hate when people. That's so fucking wild how people can claim that aliens made this stuff, because it's so unfathomable that people could have done this. No. So yes, that's obviously something that needs to be called out. Just as bad as, if not worse, as all the Afrocentrics claiming that they made it. No, No, this is human made. Human made. A lot of it is, incredible. But fuck, I mean, look, all over the world it's like that. It's humans. There ain't no aliens making all this shit. Humans made all human civilizations and all of our ruins and all that. People gotta stop claiming all that goofy stuff. But yeah. I mean, I never address something like that, but I know it's a problem. Like a whole ancient aliens show and a whole bunch of other like pseudoscientist authors who be like making videos and making books about that. That definitely needs to be stopped. What you gonna do though? But yeah, yeah, we got real people, just people out here. So yeah, I definitely, since I got my passport now, I really want to try to go out to Peru and Bolivia, because I got some friends out there and stuff, and I want to check it out. There's just like two countries I'm very interested in, and because I got an Andean passport, it's better for me because like you got an Andean passport, you can travel all over the Andes for like mad cheap. But I think I might go on bus. I don't know. Plane tickets mad expensive. Well, not really, but I mean it depends. I don't know. I want to check out like there's a lot of ruins I want to check out in Peru. I want to check out like Chavin want that. I want to check because they were like big on this cat San Pedro Achuma, my Mamacoja cactus that I'm growing now. I got love for, and well, there's a lot of places I want to visit in Peru and Bolivia. They don't say that about Rome or Greece. That's facts though. They don't say that about Rome or Greece. But just because there are Amerindians, they couldn't make them. That's definitely, yeah. I was gonna say that like nobody says that Greece or Rome were made by aliens or nothing, and those are fucking look at the Colosseum. Those are some crazy stuff, like crazy big, like how human make that type shit too. But I mean, of course, American Indians like gotta be aliens. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if people gotta be like that, but no. Yeah, that is true though. That's true. No, nobody ever says that. Romans or the Greeks. Aliens. Nobody ever says that. But you know, Indians got to be like Atlanteans or aliens or whatever the fuck people claiming. Nah, they were just there's people, American Indians. Building their stuff, and yeah, all those people should definitely be called out. I mean, I don't know how all these motherfucking like Afrocentrics want to like claim like every civilization when there's like what like there's no convincing these people otherwise. Well, that's the problem though, because there's no point of even addressing because nobody's gonna be like, oh, you right. They don't go fuck. Especially coming from me, they ain't gonna fucking listen to me. So but no, I mean like look at the mochica. Look at the mochica culture of Peru. They made like perfect like bust of their faces, like sculptures of their faces and all that, artifacts of their faces and everything. They look exactly like modern Peruvians. What the fuck? How's there? You can't question that. But black people again, they want to claim that culture too. So like, I don't know how the fuck you gonna claim a culture where like the modern people from that area still look exactly like the artifacts. Come on, come on now. I don't get that. I don't know. But these people don't got no logic, and aliens though. That's even more far out there. But both are insane, and need to chill with that for sure. I don't get people, but luckily most people don't believe this stuff, so that's always good. Most people don't believe this stuff, and yeah, but still, it's sad seeing people who actually buy this stuff, who actually be buying into this. Yeah, but yeah, for sure. I really wanted to see more like Huancavilca stuff when I was out in Guayaquil. And Guayaquil's mad dangerous. I mean, everything is mad dangerous. I got family out there and shit, but I really want to see some. I want to see like Huancavilca shit. I want to see like I know they're like seafarers. I don't know how much like much archaeological sites they left, but anything. I know they got like Huancavilca communities out in like Santa Elena. I would love to see that. And Yeah. I love traveling to parts of Ecuador my ancestors actually lived. Like I like visiting Latacunga, Ambato, Quito, Guayaquil. That's my family's from, so I feel more connected to those areas. But other areas I want to get to know better too. But yeah, Quito does a lot of good ruins too. Like Quito does a lot of, they had like the Quito had like temples that like they put the churches over, or they put like other stuff over. It's sad, but the Quito Cara had a lot of great stuff. The Quito Cara, it's cool to learn more about the history, and that's why I love going out to like Museo Templo del Sol by that indigenous Quito Cara man I told y'all, the painter slash sculptor, and dude, cause his place, cause when I was on ayahuasca out there, with the shaman and everything, I swear to God, when I was like walking outside, I'm like, it feels like I just walked in a time machine. Like it just feels like so ancient. It feels so like beautiful. It feels like I just stepped back thousands of years. It's like designed after like the Temple of the Sun and Temple of the Moon. And it's really cool. He's definitely like, that's one of my favorite museums out in Ecuador. And it's not like a museum, but it's like they'll tell you like, because it's not like no ancient art, but it's like replicas and stuff like. But it's like it's made mad traditional. It's made like how it would have looked back before the Spanish came in. It's cool. Gotta pay love. Gotta pay respect to him. And I ran into this dude a few times out here living in San Antonio because he lives out here too. But he's always traveling. He's always in Europe and America and shit. But I ran into him at the fruit store once and like, hey, what's up, maestro? How you been? He's cool. He's a really cool, humble dude. Even though he's mad rich, he got mad money. He's a famous painter. He be selling his paintings for like, he'll make a finger painting right there, sell that shit for $500 to a gringo. I seen it happen in my own two eyes. So he got mad money, but he's still mad humble. He mad humble. He'll talk to you. He was talking to like me and my grandma, my grandpa after our trip and everything for like a hot minute. Like we were talking to him for like 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure I uploaded that. That was from like last year, 2017. But 2 years ago, fuck. But yeah, that was damn 2017 was 2 years. Holy fucking shit. That time be flying like a bitch. Fuck, I didn't even realize that was 2 years ago. Well, I know it wasn't like it was a year in plus, so, but that's crazy. But no, he's a mad humble dude. He doesn't like think of himself like, even though he got money, he's not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna talk to you. He'll talk to you. Like he's a mad humble dude. Mad humble, cool dude. Great art. Great indigenous. Shit, my heart trash. My heart trash. I just, I graffitied over this Last Supper thing. It was like it was a really ugly version of the Last Supper, so I didn't really care for it. It's what it is. But I found it on the street. Somebody broke it. So. Yeah, y'all know the vibes. Y'all know. Shit, I don't know what time it is. Let me see. Hold up. Okay, yeah. How long have I been on here? Shit's been 3 hours already. I don't know how many people I'm ignoring by being on here. Check my Snapchat. So yeah, y'all. Um, I'm gonna I think I'm gonna hop off this pretty soon. Cause like I've been on here for like 3 hours. Oh no, I've been ignoring people. I think it's just me and Daniel. I think Daniel left. I think somebody's lurking. But thank you, Michelle. Thank you for staying on for so long. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the things. And definitely, you should make some videos about your culture. Enlighten people, tell people. I mean, I'm sure nobody else on YouTube is doing. I don't know, but definitely make some stuff about your tribe and all that. And you should try to make some more videos. Definitely. I remember I told you to make a video like native identity and stuff. Yeah. But definitely make some more videos. I already been subscribed to, been got my notifications on, so definitely check that out if you do. And thank you so much for watching me on my rants and all that. You know, I like wrapping up my lives, so because I know I always go off topic, but what I made this live about, because I just got like I just got annoyed by what my tia abuela said. How that whole ¿a quién nos importa los ancestros? Fucking who cares about the ancestors? That shit just got on my nerves. That's why I made this live. I don't like the mentality. I love my ancestors. Even if y'all can't hear me, even if there ain't no afterlife, whatever the fuck people want to believe, even if none of that's real, I love y'all. Thank y'all for letting me experience life. I love my ancestors. Thank you. All right, let's see. I have been told there are more Garrizos in North Texas. They aren't affiliated with the chairman. And yeah, that was sad of her to say. Yes. I mean, yeah, it would be cool if you could share more about your tribe because, I, for one, I'm definitely not the only one for sure, like, who has always wondered about, like, Mexicans in Texas and their history in Texas and, who they were before Mexico and USA came and all that. So definitely share that. That's something I've been wondering about for years and years. I never really got like a definitive answer. Like everybody's like, because everybody I ran into like online who was like from Texas, they and like Tejano like straight up like they don't know any ancestors from Mexico. They would just be like, "Who's Mexican? Who's from Texas?" And they're like, but I never got no answer. And it's just like, okay, I always want to know more about that. It's I've spoken to a lot of people who are like from tribes in like the southwest and stuff who are like mestizo tribes, and that's really cool too. That's also really interesting to me, and I always want to know more about like Tejanos and shit. So that would be great to learn more about that, and I'm sure a lot more people would be interested in that as well. I'm sure I can't be the only one. Definitely, that's something a lot of people don't know. Some don't know a lot of the mixed children of these indigenous women weren't given names, and then we were given land a lot allotments if we went to church. That's fucked up. You see, that's stuff like I'm sure a lot of fucking like even people in Texas don't got no clue about. So it'd be great to learn more about that definitely. And yes, you definitely should plan on making some more videos. I mean, don't gotta be all fancy. Just share your stuff. Let people know. Don't let your tribe be slept on and all that. For sure. Yes. Did a good job. They did a good job with making us turn on each other and deny our heritage. Just how it goes, unfortunately. Yes, I see that. I always thought it was weird that like Texas don't got no like federally recognized tribe stuff like that. Because like obviously it's people before USA and Mexico came about. So I always wondered about that. I know there's like some mestizo tribes out in like the Southwest and stuff. Like I talked to this one girl for the longest time, who's like mestiza from like I forgot what tribe in the Southwest, but yeah, stuff history like that's really interesting to me. Like I don't got no videos of it, but Texas is the worst. My new Mexican friend didn't know they are so dense out here. That's why you gotta educate people. It's like that. I definitely found stuff like that really interesting. Like I went out to St. Augustine once with my grandparents and my sister, and it's like going to like the forts that were made by like indigenous people and mestizos, and they were all like living there in harmony or what. Well, I mean, after everything had already passed and they've been all assimilated and stuff, like mestizos and Indians and Spaniards and Africans and mulattoes and all them. And Zambos, presumably, they were all living together in that place. And it's cool. And they were all sent out to Cuba. Like that shit was all like so fascinating to me. I like early mestizo cultures and stuff like that. That's really interesting to me. Stuff like that. And from like USA, because it's like USA, so it's different. I don't know. Massacred over 300 Garrizos at the Devil's River, and no one knows You see, that's why stuff like this needs to be shared, like talked about. Like I don't know, I've never even seen no books on like Mexican Indians. I mean Texas indigenous people, whatever. I don't know. So it's definitely something I always wanted to know a lot more about than I know, and I don't know any sources online to learn more. So I mean, like, share your story. Let people know. Yeah, the line here is kind of blurred, but most of us are mixed. That's what I see. But that's cool though. Like I talk to a lot of fucking Tejanos online who I mean look, yeah, they all look mixed to me. I don't know, but I haven't really been out to Texas like that. But I talk to a lot of people from out Texas. But yes, you should definitely do some. Did you do any more videos? I don't know, but there is a difference. I don't look mixed. I mean, like I thought you were more native than you are when I first seen you, and like, yeah, I don't know, yeah, I don't know. I thought you were more, but you definitely got strong native look to you. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you see your mom in you too, but you definitely like your eyes look mad native and everything. So yeah, that phone. Oh yeah, but yes, I don't know. I would love to learn more about your tribe and stuff like that. Oh, tus ojos, sí, tus ojos look mad indígena. Daniel, there's so many good comments on my videos. Mm-hmm. Oh, he commented on the thing. I did address that in this video. That's cool. Todos somos indios. I really be getting annoyed by these, but I mean, I get annoyed by a lot of ahasis, my picarizo too. That's what's up. That's cool. Your tribe definitely needs to be acknowledged more than it is, because I don't, I don't know me. It's like, yes. So my stepdad who passed is related to me. Oh yeah, I think I saw you post about him. Sorry for your loss, but yeah, that's cool if he's related to you. Yes, that's cool. So like, what part of Texas is like your tribe located in, or like were they all over Texas? Because you said they were like in North Texas too, but I don't know what part of Texas you went. I forgot. But that's cool. Yes, ancestors matter. Those who passed matter. I mean, I don't get that mentality. Our history, our past, our ancestors. It's why we're here. It's why our cultures are the way that they are. I don't know. People get act like they don't. They don't matter. I feel he is part Karan Kara too. Um, I don't know who they are, but I'm assuming that's another tribe in Texas, mostly south, but also up north as far as Kansas. That's mad far, I think. I don't know. I'd have to see like a map of USA. I forgot where Kansas is, but it's a lot of territory. That's cool. Does anybody in your tribe still speak the language at all? I don't know. I know a lot of Native people don't speak their languages no more. Like out here, all the Kitukaros don't speak Quechua no more, but their last names are Quechua and shit. So it's sad. I think there's some that speak Quechua, but I'm not sure. That's great that your language is still alive. They need like dictionaries on your language. I mean, I feel like that helps. Can you know any words in your language or not? It's the oldest in Texas and it's spoken by few. Well, at least it's not completely dead. It's sad when languages let's go completely dead like that. We have one dictionary. But yeah, do you know any words in your language? Or you Yuan. What's that mean? I probably butchered that, but word of the creator. Dang, that's beautiful. That's a great word to know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But one thing like I miss about Florida, like I miss talking to my little baby sister. Like I will always teach her like from a baby, like since she was not even 1 years old. I'd be like, that's like the ain't the mama Kija, like that's like the sun and the moon, like father, sun, mother, moon. And she knows that. I don't know if she still knows it. I've been out of fucking USA for a while. I hope she still remembers. Yeah, Yaunuk. My spelling is bad. I still probably butchered it, but if you ever make a video about this stuff, you should pronounce it. I hope my sister remembers. I do. I always told her, like, whenever we'd be in the car, I'd be like, who's that? She'd be like, Tatenti. I'm Keisha. Yanak. Oh, that's easy. Yanak Akio. Did I get it? Did I get it? I hope I got somewhat close to. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me that word. I would love to like learn more Quechua, but it's not easy learning a language. We just use a whole bunch of words that's just thrown in our Spanish. I don't know. People, people. What does people mean? People. I don't know. But yes, where's our lady boys? Well, that's great that your language isn't extinct. Anything. People are still blasting music. It's probably gonna smell like burnt whatever for the longest time now. It smells. People burn so much out here. Okay, but a word for someone who placed themselves above others. People. Wow, that's so. There are a lot of people I know. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I like whenever I talk to like whatever random native people I'll be talking to, I always be asking them for words. Like I was really good friends with this one Cree girl from Canada. I still got a lot of Cree friends online. Cree are really cool people. Badass motherfuckers don't fuck with them. But she taught me a lot of words in Cree. Like she taught me like it's so beautiful. I have it on my channel, but it's on like unlisted from like 2015. She told me like this word means like I love you, but it also has like such a deeper meaning. It's like Saquito in. It's like it was so beautiful hearing her say that. I mean, like hearing a girl speak in their native language is like so much. It's so beautiful compared to like just hearing them speaking like English or whatever. Yeah, no problem. I like to. I am thinking about getting into history. Make make a career of it. You definitely should. History is a beautiful thing. Too many people neglect history or act like it's some irrelevant bullshit. It's the past. Who cares? But history is how we came about. You know, we can't just not care about history. I mean, you can, but I mean, it's just stupid. I feel like history matters, and those who came before us, we should still pay respect to them. Yeah, definitely. I love history too. And yes, so Sakito and everyone, Sakito and Sakito. Tansi, all the creeds out. I don't think any creeds are subscribed to my channel. I think I might have had one. I should tell my Cree friend to subscribe to my channel. Shout out to the Crees. Shout out to all Indians. I love talking to native people and stuff. Learning things in their language. A lot of native languages sound very similar, even though they're like so far spread apart. Like how I was talking to that Daniel, whatever that Tarahumara dude. Like I told y'all, I saw this one movie, this one old Mexican movie from the '80s, and creepy aren't Cree people mad nice? Cree people are so cool. I got a lot of Cree friends. One of them always do like commenting on my stuff. A lot of Cree friends for a long time online. And if I ever go to Canada, you already know I'm hit up. I'm gonna hit up their spot, eat some moose real quick. But yeah, shout out to the Crees. Tansy to all the Cree out there. Tansy to all the Cree. Canadians, Indians in general, like, and there's so much. I mean, it's not something like I really can talk about because I'm not like from. Oh, yeah, my Cree friend's not even like full Cree. He's like Cree and Deniso. He's half and half, but that's like my best Cree friend. But I got others that are like Plains Cree and like mixed with Minties and like I don't know if you know him like Fried Bread Power on from Canada. I got a Mi'kmaq friend too that I've been friends with for a long time, but she got like a boyfriend now. She don't talk to me no more that much. Well, I don't know. I kind of went ghosting her, but she going dry. Like she would just say like "oh" to my messages, like. So I kind of like stopped talking to her. But I got Mi'kmaq friends. The Ned Cree. I don't know what other tribes I met from Canada. I'm like, oh yeah, of course from all over the coast, from the Pacific Northwest. I had this one really good what's her name? Gitsan friend. You know, like all them cultures in the Pacific Northwest. I don't mean to be rude or nothing, but they all like all their art looks the same. Their art is fucking beautiful, but all their art looks the same. Like they all look like Tlingit style art. Tlingit. How do you say Tlingit? But shout out all Canada and all of them. Definitely cool people. And it's not like something that I could really talk about because like I'm not Canadian, never been in Canada, but I met a lot of Canadians online. I talked to a lot of white Canadians and black Canadians and like native Canadians and stuff. And there's so much racism from white Canadians. Like I've seen so many white Canadians just spitting some racist shit. Like even when I was younger, like it must have been like 2014. I was talking to this one like white Canadian girl. She was like one fourth Mexican too, but like mostly French, I think. And she was talking all this shit about these natives in her high school because they like be playing their drums and she's just like making fun of them, and it's like so common to be racist to natives in Mexico, in Mexico, but in Canada, like, and people in Canada be like painting itself as like the least racist, the nicest country, but like all my Canadian Indian friends have told me stories about racism, and I mean like Canada had residential schools up until the 90s, so like what the fuck, um, I don't know why Canada acts like they're slate clean. Like, oh, we didn't have slavery or nothing, so we're a good country. We're not like USA. No, no. Their indigenous people still face so much shit. But I never been to Canada. I just met a lot of Canadians online. But Native Canadians might cool. But I mean they be on like savage shit too. I mean they don't fuck around. Like they got a lot of gangs and shit too. They really. My Sith is more forest Mexican. Her dad looks darker than me, but she didn't. But she what? But she since is the DNA for that sake doesn't mean shit. They still don't understand. But she isn't for that sick. Doesn't mean shit. They still don't understand. Well, my eyes but yeah. So, oh, yes, she isn't. Yeah. I mean, like, of course, only people with connections to that tribe. All right. So, oh, okay, but she isn't Instagram. Okay, thank you for elaborating that. People still playing loud ass music in the street. It's wild. Everybody, like all the men are dressed up as drag queens on New Year's. I don't know what that's all about. It's just a tradition. New Year's nice. I gotta shave the few hairs on my chin. The full extent of my mustache. I've seen girls with bigger mustaches than me. It's okay. I like my facial hair. My facial hair is definitely from my native side because my fucking dad had a fucking full beard by the time he was my age. It is what it is. So many names, lol. It's like that. In America, it's different. I mean, yeah, I'm from South Florida, so I know. I know what New Year's is like out there. It's just like fireworks. That's all we ever done. But out here, it's fireworks plus dudes in the street wearing like wigs and dancing around. It's something. It's something. I was at my cousin's house, so I didn't really get to experience much of that. But there were people selling wigs on the street. I'm good. Maybe next year I'll participate. I don't know. Cool sounds annoying when you want to sleep. Yes. Oh, people be blasting music in the streets so fucking loud all the time. Shit. That's what. But I mean, it's not like this everywhere. But I mean, out here, I mean, I live right by the park, so people want to blast music loud as fuck all night long. Like some people stay up to like 4 a.m. on weeknights. And on the weekends, you're fucked if you think you're sleeping. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It gets annoying, but it's what it is. I mean, yeah, it's nice out here though. It's nice. It's nice, great weather. It's just mad dry. It barely ever rains, and it's mad cold at night. And in the day, the sun is hitting you so fucking hard. You get my hand is like so many shades darker than my chest now. Well, you can tell, look, my chest. But I get so much dark. I could get way darker, but I don't really be going outside that much. I don't know, but no, I'm so much my. You can't really tell this, but yeah, you can. Like my chest is like pale. My hands are way darker. But same with my castizo great grandparents are little. They got mad dark living out here. Cause we in high altitude. Like even though I'm from South Florida, like it's below sea level. Here, it's like we're like so much closer to the sun. We're like, what is it like? You need sun. It's so rainy, and my face is darker now compared to you. You know. I don't know, but think yeah. I mean, it's you see how light my chest is. Like my chest is so pale. Like and my face is darker too. But I always try to like keep my head covered. I usually be wearing like my other Ecuadorian SS, but this is the color like most of my body was before I came out here. Like my chest. Like I don't got no chest hair. Shout out my Indian ancestors for that. See how much darker my hand is though, and I can get way darker than this because I was mad tan as a kid because I was always outside. But yeah, everything that I keep covered is like I think I uploaded these pictures of on Instagram. Of my grandfather, like he is so dark, like brown, but like his feet are like pale, like yellowish, like Asian type of complexion. Cause like he always has on his shoes and socks. That shit's so funny to me. That's just so funny. I'm not that bad, and I try to. I like if I'm not going nowhere serious, I'm just like chilling at the house. I don't really be wearing shoes if I'm going outside, so my feet get tan too. Make sure my grandpa's feet are such a hugely different complexion to the rest of his body. But I love my grandpa. I love you. Hope he comes out here soon. I mean, I love my tia, but fuck that she say some stupid shit. I love my grandfather more. Anybody. I love my grandfather more than anybody. I love my grandpa. That's my family. That's my blood. He said he loves me more than anybody too, and I believe it. You like I'm his first like male descendant. I need to send you a pic of my willow. Oh yes, he had a tan from his sandals. Well, I mean, that's funny. Yeah, my grandpa don't even wear sandals. He's always in shoes and socks. He's always outside. He's always in the yard. He loves agriculture and stuff. So yes, my grandfather the sweetest. I love him so much. Hope he comes out here soon. He wanted to see his sister. My tia that I made this live about, like she was sick. You figured like you in a life or death situation, you'd be a little bit more like I don't know. She a lost case. She's old already. Ain't no changing her mind. But what you gonna do? I don't know. I'm glad that I'm at least glad that my grandfather's not like that. You know, he can be on. He's not anywhere near as like close minded as that. And I guess he knows that I love our family history and old pictures and stuff. So he never said some goofy shit like that to me. And I don't know why she didn't like think of like what that means. Like fuck my dad, fuck my mom, fuck everybody who's dead. Like basically, and fuck me when I die too. That's all that means. Like such an ignorant way of thinking. Like it's all love for the ancestors. I don't get that. I don't know. It is what it is. My grandfather's not like that. Thankfully, he's not like that. You know, it's what it is. I mean, everybody gonna have their way of thinking, but that's too much for me. But yes, send a pic of your willow when you can. I need to like start going out like in like a bathing suit or something, just walking because I want my whole body to be tan. Like I don't want to be. I'm gonna be worse than my grandpa. I'm gonna just be like my arms and my face gonna be tan. That's even worse. At least his whole body is besides his feet. Like it's yeah you yeah yeah. It's I need to. I need to, and I could just, cause I got like, what's it called? Fuck, like a terrace, whatever. Terrace, you know what I mean? Like that shit on the roof. Like you could sit up there. Like I could definitely go out there get some sun, and when it's not hot, I stay out of the sun. Less in my bikini. You smart. I really I just be wearing like shirts, short sleeves and stuff. But I definitely gotta go outside in like a fucking speedo or something. I'm not trying to get no like stupid tan lines. Mine's gonna be worse than my grandpa if I keep on going like this. But and yeah, I definitely need to. One of these days, I'm gonna head out and get a tan. Shit, the sun about to come out. The sun comes out here at like fucking 5:30. Like comes out here so early. It's Texas, so I would have that farmer's tan. Shout out to Texas though. I don't know what this farmer's tan would be like. But shout out to Texas though. For real, shout out to Texas. I don't know my favorite Diablo mess. Oh, these little pañuelos, whatever. What are these called? Fuck, I forgot. But these things, it's so convenient. I be wearing these as like scarves and shit. They only cost like three for $5. Like it's like the softest material. You know what a farmer's tan is.
I can't say I do. I don't know all these Texan terminologies. I'm sorry. So pretty blue. And yeah, I got like color, all types of colors from this. I got so many of these. I wear those like all the time. They make great scars in the cold, or like they can serve any purpose. Like you can do a lot of things with these. Like when you wear a t-shirt and you have, oh, okay, I'm slow, but yes, yeah, go out in your bikini then. I don't know. We should make a pool here, shit. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna try to go out more in the sun. Yeah, no, it's a very Texas thing. Dang, isn't Texas like really hot? Is it cold now at least since it's winter? Is it cold now? At least I don't know. I had a really good friend in Texas, but she moved to like she moved a few weeks ago. So I don't know the temperature in Texas right now. So hot and yes, it's cold and rainy. Oh yeah, you said it was rainy. We didn't say it was cold though. Well, rainy's good. Nothing wrong. I love the rain actually. Rain's like my favorite. In West Texas, it's cold and dry. Yeah. Well, cold and rainy ain't really a good combination. That's like how you get like I don't know. I guess you could hypothermia or whatever. I love dancing in the rain as a kid. That was like my favorite thing. And like just between you and I, because ain't nobody else gonna watch this live. My real name is Rain. So yeah, I never really liked my name, but also I love the rain though. I love the rain. So I love the rain. I would always play in the rain as a kid. Like whenever the fuck it would rain at school and we got let out, like I would just stand there in the rain. Like people just look at me like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid? I love that. That's how my stepdad died actually. Oh, it's rain. Dang, you spelled it right and everything. Yeah, it's the first one. I've only met girls with the same spelling of name as me, but it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't. My bad. Are you still here? Are you still? I my slipped. But yeah, I've only met girls with my name spelling like that. But again, my mom was only like 19 when she had me, so fucking I can't. I like how in Latin America, like people be naming people after like their ancestors. Again, there you go, ancestors again. So I would have loved to have a name like Tobias, like my great grandfather. But I don't feel like I hold up to his legacy. So I don't know, but I would have preferred that. I don't know, but I mean it's whatever. My mom it's hard because like people don't know how to pronounce my name out here. Be like Rene. That's what everybody says, and I'm like I don't even want to correct it no more. It's just like fuck it, okay. So I either just say like my name is Ray or my name is Juvia something. I don't know. I never liked my name that much, but yeah, but I love the rain though. The rain, my favorite. But not out here though, because it's mad cold, so it's not fun. Oh, well, rest in peace, yo. Your stepdad though. I'm sure hypothermia is a serious thing. I have family who died like that, I think, but like way back when. But I love the rain, like out in Florida, because it's always hot. So it's better rain because it's always hot. It's fun to play in. It's rained hard once out here, and that day, like that was before the roofs got fixed. So like all that water came in my house. I was like, holy fuck! Like I'm so happy nothing got ruined. But someone not naming names needs to be carrying on the tradition of Rose as a middle name for girls. Our family did that for at least 3 generations. Yes, thank you. I'm the same age he was when he passed away. That makes 20 years to happen. Dang, rest in peace. But yeah, that's crazy. That must I don't know. That's a horrible way to go out, but rest in peace, dude. Yes, it happens. So glad to be getting connected. That's great. You know, like I feel like that. I don't know. Even like when people have passed, like I don't know. I feel like it kind of always with you. If like I don't know, and especially when you like look into their stuff. I don't know, like with my great grandpa. I know he never met me. Like I feel close to him. We have lots of rites of passage for mourning. That's great. That's cool. That's nice. My Cree friend, like I know a lot of tribes, like when they lose somebody, like my Cree friend, he always had long hair since I knew him, but like his grandpa died recently, and he like cut his hair cut like mad short. So I don't know. I don't know if they do that here. I'm pretty sure I read something about some. I don't know about. I don't think anybody does that here anymore. But yeah, I don't know. And that music is so loud. It's almost like oh, it is 5 a.m. It's almost like pretty sure Curry's on and Garan Garan beat the Spanish at the border before Columbus. So a shared history of resistance. Go to sleep. Uh, I'll, I'll think about it. I mean, if you go to sleep, I'll go to sleep for sure. Maybe or the coast, like at the Rio Grande. That's what's up. I need to visit Texas one day. Hmm. Yes. I don't know who's playing that music. That shit. I don't know why people aren't tired. They're probably mad drunk still. Was the sun already coming up? Oh no, that's my flag. Stupid. I used that, but we didn't consider it a border. Just another river. Drunks. Yeah, I'm sure they're mad drunk. I'm sure they're mad drunk. You playing music this loud at 5 a.m. after New Year's. Wonder if I can find any wigs on the street. It's dirty. I had a dream I had lice again. That shit was terrifying. I washed the fuck out of my hair after that dream. I had lice once when I was like 14. Never again. My dream was so realistic too. I woke up and I like scratched the fuck out of my head. I'm like, am I okay? But it was just a dream. So I don't know why I talk about. Oh yeah, cause about the wigs on the street. Do they keep those wigs like year round? Just wait next year to put them on because they like selling them on the street. They like stuff their shirts with like shirts or whatever to like have titties. I don't know. I don't know what that tradition is, but fuck, everybody does it. Yes. Like I swear, I took some videos on this phone though of like people on the street dressed up, cross dressing. I don't know why everybody does it. And there's this a push. I could have put that on. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it on my head. I was just wondering like if there's any like ways on the street, and then but no, I'm not gonna put it on my head. Definitely not. But it's like every dude does that, and like this funny ass meme like by his Ecuadorian page like these are the same people who were like criticizing Miss Spain for like being trans, whatever. But then they walking out on New Year's in drag. I don't know. That was crazy. It's like straight up macho ass dudes like dressed up in drag. It's it's one hell of a tradition, and I mean Ecuadorians can be mad homophobic. So I don't know. I don't know where that tradition must have come from. My Peruvian friends said they don't do that in Peru, so I guess that's just an Ecuadorian thing. My cousin asked me, like, he's 17, like he looks and acts like a grown ass man, so I don't even think about it. He's just like, do they do that? I mean, like, they do that in USA too, where I'm like, no, no, no one does it. No, no. I love my cousins, but they all got nose jobs, so they all have like really Indian, like really Andean noses, like really like wide, long noses, like really Andean noses. And like, dude, I almost got a picture of him, like a side profile. I was so happy, but then like it didn't click. I don't know. I just like that nose. It's just, but my cousin, his sister had the same nose, and she got a nose job. So many girls in my family got a nose job, and all over like Ecuadorian TV, like you'll see like advertisements for like nose jobs, and like they'll just give you like a cute little Spanish type nose with a little pointy thing. Like, well, I mean, like, it's a really European looking nose, and like, nah, we done with this Indian shit. And my cousin got that nose. It looks so fake too. I'm just like, why though? I mean, like, I know you had a big nose, but it's beautiful. And like, my cousins are like, their mom is like, she's the daughter of like an American tourist, like a sex tourist. He just came out here to fuck. That's it. He came out, he hit my aunt, and he left. He never came back. He was probably like of Germanic or Anglo, whatever descent, like most white Americans, because my cousin's like blonde. And but her mom's, my grandpa's sister, so she's like, so my cousin must be like a quarter native, and her kid's dad got like the most native Andean nose, but he's mestizo, but all the kids inherited that. It's huge. But I would have loved it if I got that too, but I don't got that nose. I don't got that nose. My nose look mixed, but I wanted surgery for my jaw when I was younger. It's internalized anti-indigenous. Yes, right. Like that's what I always thought when I saw like Ecuadorian ads. I'm just like, you could have this Indian nose transferred to a European nose, and that's all it is. Because they'll just show you like a real Andean nose, like a real big long nose, a real Andean nose, and then they'll like show you the after procedure with so many of my cousins got. Oh my god, it's just so like, you look white now, face ass. I don't know. I don't know why people can't just accept themselves. Like, people told me like, oh, you should get like lip filler, or you should like get a nose job, or like, bitch, I love myself. I don't give a fuck. That's how my ancestors made me. That's how my genes rolled out. I love my nose. I could absorb this oxygen great. I don't want no smaller nostrils. I don't want a smaller nose. And I don't care if I don't got a top lip. I got a bottom lip. I'm happy with it. So this one Ecuadorian girl on no, on Instagram, whatever. She got lip fillers. It just looks so fake and stupid. I mean, I don't got nothing against like people who like modify their body or nothing, or like get surgery or nothing like that. It's just, that's just not me. I would never do that. I don't want to change myself. I accept myself how I am. I don't want to. Yeah, same. Bottom lip. I love my bottom lip. I don't care if I got a top lip. I don't care if I don't got a top lip. But yeah, I don't want to change myself. I don't know why people think that's so like necessary. I mean, like, it's somebody going like, whatever, like, love you. They're gonna accept you for who you are. They won't care if you got a big nose or like no lips or like whatever. I don't know how people feel, but I mean, but then they'll just be like, I'm just doing it for myself. I don't care. So, I mean, it's what it is. People gonna do what they want to do, but definitely though. I mean, that whole Ecuadorian nose job scene all over the commercials, and like, all they have ads even on Instagram. I've seen a lot of ads um for nose jobs in Ecuador. They just show like a really big Andean nose compared to the after. It's like a more European Spanish looking nose. And people just like their noses. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I don't know, but so many of my cousins got that procedure done. Ugh. And it looks so fake. It's so like, ugh. Uh, acting like it's so necessary that they do that. I don't get it. But damn, the music gets louder every minute. What the fuck are they doing? You must be mad drunk. Still, probably still drinking and partying and dancing. I don't know. Ay, blast el reggaeton. I can't. I don't like reggaeton. I hope they go to sleep sometime. Just knock out faint on the street or something. Yeah. New Year's was good though. So how long does it take you to? So how long does it take me to take? I never finish. That's how long it takes me. I never finish. That's how long it takes. It takes me so long that I never finish. That's how long it takes. Too long to know. That's all I know. It takes too long to finish. Like, cause whenever like I want to like wash my hair really good. Like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna detangle my hair. I always end up in the shower for like I always end up like tangling my hair in the toilet for like 5 hours, and I'm just like, this ain't never gonna be finished. I'm gonna just take a shower, cause like it's not like dreaded, but like a lot of like it's mad tangled. I used to have like crazy freeform dreads, and those would take fucking hours to take out. Like my aunt and my mom had to like hold me down and like comb my hair for hours. That was when I had freeform dreads, you know. It's because I never like took care of my hair, but now I don't really. What happens with me is that it seems to get angry when I disturb it. Right? I don't know. I mean, like, there's no way to tangle all of it. I'll never like do 100% of it. So it's just like I try to get it like as good tangled as I can. If I'm gonna like go out the next day, so I can shower and it all can look really nice, but it never works. Like it never, I can never get. I would have to spend like a whole day if I want to get everything. Probably, I don't know. It's just a guesstimate. I'm not sure. I use that Lilang Yang and coconut oil. Gotta try. I don't got no coconut oil no more. I used to use coconut oil in my hair. I don't know. I like making like I don't know. Like I just use whatever shampoo and conditioner I can find out here. It's not much. But I used to make like I would like cut up some aloe vera and like blend that up and like put that on my hair. And like but I'll put coconut oil too. I don't know. It's just like keep my hair healthy. Salud. Hmm. Yes, I love aloe in general. Like I grew up using aloe because my grandpa always grew it, still grows it, and I grow aloe out here too. It's such a convenient plant. Like whenever, because I'm always steadily like bleeding or whatever. So like, if I fall down or like let my street cat claw the fuck out of my face, I probably got affected. That shit started bleeding like crazy. But aloe vera is great for everything. Love aloe vera. Appreciate you, aloe vera. Yeah. I just remember my sister and I were little. Well, she's like 16 now. But like she had fell down when we were on our scooters, and I just brought her home, carrying her, and I put her on the sink. I put like aloe vera on her. That breeze. I love my sister. They growing up too quick. She about to go to college. Well, not yet. She's still got 1 year of high school left, right? She learned how to drive and everything. I think I'm tired. I can't tell. So sweet. I miss mine too. Do you live close to your siblings? Or it's the longest I've ever been away from my siblings. But you know, that's what it is. I do miss them. I'm gonna probably just like I'm gonna see how much this year I want to spend in Ecuador, in South America, And then I'm gonna try to go back out there. So I miss my family. But then once my sister goes to college, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go back. I don't know. I'll take it life day by day. I'm not sure. For out 4 hours, but my dad won't let me see them. Dang. I'm sorry about that. I want to get all personal, but I'm sorry that your dad will let you see them. I have two oldest close. One I get to see. She's 20. I have two oldest close ones I get to see. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. That sucks. I mean, I'm having problems with a lot of my family too, so I could feel that. I understand. Even though I don't know nothing about the situation. But still, sorry about that. Yeah. My sibling, but I mean, I can't. I used to fight with my mom like so hard. Oh, they would grow up, and yeah, he's a gangster and legit wanted me to join. Yeah, maybe don't mess with your dad like that if he's a gangster. Shit. I mean, my dad ain't a gangster. He's like a dealer or whatever, but he's not about that whole killing people. He's not about the violence. Unless it's like fist. But I'm not like that. I don't like that stuff. But man, my mom threatened to like when I was like 16, I got into a crazy fight with her. And she's like, I'm gonna get a restraining order on you so you can't see your sister. Is like that what you want? And I'm just like, I'm leaving your fucking house today. Goodbye. Then I moved with my grandparents when I was 16. I made that choice. I'm like, I packed my shit that I didn't go to school that day. I'm like, nah, I'm packing my shit. I'm going the fuck out of here. Yeah. I never got along with my mom, but now my mom wants to like have a relationship with me, be nice with me. She was so mean to me my entire childhood. I don't know what she's so, but it is what it is. So I understand you want, not having the best relationship with your parents, with your dad at least. I definitely understand that. Yeah. But your siblings don't grow up, and then of course they can't keep you from them forever. So- But it's good that you don't want to surround yourself with any of that crazy gang activity shit. That never turns out well most of the time. Most of them just either end up dead or in prison. So I mean, we all end up dead, but I mean that way is a bad way to die. So. But hope the best for your family. I'm just saying that's a bad life. Thank you. I don't talk to him for that reason. Junior is 18 now. We are just broke, so we need to get together after taxis. Well, that's a good idea, though. Definitely get together. Yeah, get together. Talk. That's your family. Yeah, but that's smart to like cut him off if he wants you to join the gang. Should not join the gang. I couldn't see you as the gang type. You seem so calm. I don't know. You definitely don't seem like the chola type, whatever. Yeah. Yes. He considered me his sis no matter what. He considered me his sis no matter what. Though, yeah. Me, lol, and